If it's gonna be like that, I'm gonna sit over here and watch my computer instead.
Look at that shiny color.
That's hilarious.
Why isn't the chair invisible?
Maybe, oh,
That's a good
true.
one, because technically you should be touching it.
Because I have like a really nice blanket I was sitting on, and unfortunately I'm touching that, but I'm not touching the chair. Bite me.
I can't. I don't know where you are.
Brilliant.
I know.
Brilliant. That's all I'm saying.
That's a
brilliant.
Good start of the episode, I guess.
Is the entire session going to be like this? Just
this chair rocking back and forth.
Just going left to right.
It's invisible, I guess.
Going left to right as he talks.
How's Bookford gonna damage his eyes then?
I mean, he can't.
Right, Ben, grab a hammer.
Life finds a way.
Just put some sunglasses on or something. He's in Florida, so he can only just stare into the sun for a few seconds. Or just stare into Florida for a few seconds.
Oh god.
No, all he needs to do, if anything, like his stories on his Kerbal Space Program, is all he needs to do is stare at Disney World.
No, what it reminds me of is when we had the eclipse like 2 years ago, and then like the first thing that popped up in the news was a picture of Trump doing this.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Staring directly into it.
Wasn't Melania just like in the background trying to fiddle with the box or something?
Yeah, like I think it was Melania, and one of his 9 kids was sitting there with like the glasses, like holding them on, and he's just like.
Trump and Melania's relationship always seems like a mother, and they're really like dumb-witted child just doing stupid shit.
Right.
You're just walking behind him, like okay, before I cause a dramatic incident.
Let me know when you're ready, rival.
I'll be hitting stream in about 2 minutes. And that's
No
the light. It's going to be hitting stream in about 30 seconds.
No worries.
I've just got to turn power down.
Oi. Rude.
Me?
Everybody is really loud, so I have to turn down their Discord volume.
Am I really loud as well?
Can
No,
you
you're
just
not,
turn
mate.
everyone?
You're like the only person who's
Hello.
like not really like.
Hopefully-
Hello.
Hopefully I'll be
Good
loud
day.
when my new headphones arrive.
All right, I'm going live.
I'm
All
excited
right.
to hear you in high definition.
I can't wait to barely hear you even better.
Well, let me hit record on the
fun.
podcast. Fab. System's green. Sure, I've got Rivals chat open as well.
That's what I'm about to do here.
We'll get ready to go.
Have they launched that mod view thing that they were going to do on Twitch yet?
Mod view?
That's been here for like 6 months.
No, they've overhauled it. I mean,
Oh, I see.
Well, I don't even know what you're talking
Oh,
feel like I
Rival, you're
should.
6 subscribers away from 1K? 6?
I know. I was 7 earlier on.
Oh, that's...
It makes me so angry. I just have to jiggle in my seat.
Right. I'm waiting for you to go live, apparently.
Same.
Yeah, it's always the same on YouTube. It's always like 15 seconds after everything else.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah. Okay.
Or am I?
No worries. There we go. Okay.
Thank you guys. I do appreciate all the patience and the stuff. But you know, I was 7 earlier on.
Oh, that's...
It makes me so angry. I just have to jiggle. Sorry, Ben.
Okay.
Trying to
So,
get Midge to sing. Normally it works.
what? I'm confused.
You do like to sing, Midge. You
I
like to-
do. I love a good sing song.
Well, last time we were playing
would-
Itex, every single time I said Critical Role, you start singing.
Whoa, rolling critical.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
it's because I was zoned out. But anyway. So, welcome, everybody, back to Call of Cthulhu, The Curse of St. Craythorne, Case 1. So,
Everything is going just fine. Nothing to worry about.
Last time
Nothing
on the
to see
Kingfisher
here.
Files, the investigators went to the funeral of Mr. Bobby Quirk's grandfather, Robert Quirk, and all in all, it was a lovely ceremony, and they took stock of what they had experienced so far this week, put it aside to witness, bear witness to, and be with Bobby in a time where he needed friends. But following the funeral, the group continued their investigation, and well, Hartwell noticed someone leave out the back of the church, hooded, and he followed them into the woods.
She had great legs.
Before he was jumped. The rest of the investigators, not realizing he had disappeared, continued on their investigations. A couple of people fell into a hole. We'll glaze over that a little bit. But they finally noticed that Hartwell had gone missing, and well, they found the site of the attack, and there was nothing to be seen of Hartwell. Quite literally. Hartwell,
I'm allowed to make jokes, Moj, not you.
Hartwell awoke inside, entombed in a mausoleum. Deep, dark, and possibly hidden forever. But with certain guile, he'd survived the attack and rang the bell for safety. It's spooking a load of locals, but it got the attention of the party, and they managed to get him out. Not that they could see him. And then, following that, a bizarre set of occurrences took place. The invisibility of Hartwell being one, the re-invisibility of anything he touched, including parts of people, and then the awareness of a deer-headed figure within the tombs, who then began to lead the group out of the cemetery. Which is when Borgvard Gunderson decided to pick up the head of one of the deer-headed figures from the skeleton, and subsequently went blind. So we join our group where we left off, in the centre of, well, the bottom of Church Street, with Lady Bexley in front of them, seemingly able to see Hartwell. So, investigators.
Dun, dun, dun.
What
Hang on a tick.
are we doing?
Well, I'm gonna pipe up. So
You're
Lady
not.
Bexley.
You're not in the hands.
no, I'm right
Oh,
behind you.
Well,
So you're behind. So I will say, is there anything that the people that Hartwell and the people he's got grabbed want to do?
That was
yeah.
the Sheffield and
Because you have literally just walked into Lady Bexley being stood next to by this deer-headed man, and she's gone to Hartwell. My God, Forrest, what on earth's happened to you?
We still
Hang on
can't
a
see the
sec.
creature, right?
You can't see the creature.
No, only I
no.
can.
No.
Okay, Maddie, two things. One, how can you see me? And two, do you see the deer-headed guy next to you?
Yes, I see the deer-headed gentleman next. Maybe not here. Looking around,
No,
she's like,
now, I'm invisible, and the only way that Artemis here actually knows I'm here is the fact that I'm forcibly holding her hand. I'm sorry about that, dear.
yes, I know.
However,
but we are in
And
the
Bobby's. You're holding Bobby's too.
why are you apologizing to the
nice.
deer-headed man?
we are in the middle of the street.
yeah, I'm aware of that. Don't really care. Invisible.
Shouldn't we move this to Bexley Hall?
Precisely, Mr. Communier is speaking the truth here. Everybody get inside a car.
A car, just a car,
Well,
any car.
Either my car or whatever car you came here in. We've got to get
I'm
back
gonna
to
go in
Bexley
and
Hall.
and hand her Borkvad. This gentleman has tried to take a skull and has lost his vision.
Okay.
Yes, I'm gonna go walk down to get my car from.
Okay, so you're getting your car.
I'm gonna walk you. I'm gonna keep walking with you.
Yes.
All right.
Miss Artemis, may I escort you to Bexley Hall? No, I'm not letting go of your hand. You're the only person I can hold on to right now.
Bobby is
She said.
also
He says holding on to Bobby
No, he
as
isn't.
well.
I've already let go.
Okay. Be right back, folks. 2 seconds.
This better be for a cat. I love it. He's still dancing. Is this what's happening? He's taken his headphones off, right? So like we all know something that Midge doesn't know. Quick, everyone! Your word is speculation.
Alright, we gotta take a 90-degree turn on the plot right now. We have to decide where we're going.
No.
We're all giving up our lives.
That's 0
to become a
degrees
circus
turn from where we're going right
We're
now.
making a switching circus.
We all go to the train. We all go to the train station. Get the first train out to London. Just get the fuck out.
London
No,
is too close.
Plan. We start our own circus.
Yes,
We have an invisible man.
we do.
But we don't travel
We
the
do.
UK. We travel somewhere exotic where they've got all their
Scotland.
Exotic. That's the opposite of exotic.
Exotic
Chose
Scotland.
the least exotic place there is.
I mean, France is
I
still
know
in
where else
the
do the
rebuild, so that's
trains
gonna
go
be
to?
out.
That's further
Where
than
we-
London.
You know, where the thistles blow in the breeze.
Okay, fine. I don't
And the
know.
slightly
France.
larger cows roam the
France is still
moor.
building phase. I don't think
We have a
France
hot
will
air.
be-
We have a
We
hot air
skip
balloon.
France
We can
completely.
go
We go to
anywhere.
Norway.
That's fine. And France is not on the way to Norway, but yes, we'll go to Norway.
Yeah, we
That's,
said.
no. We're skipping
can't-
France.
Yeah,
It's just the
No.
quickest way to the mainland, basically.
yeah. We stay in Norway for about 15 years, and then miraculously think this might be a bad place to be, and jump ship again.
Yeah. Canada?
I love it.
Yes.
Oh yes, I like that.
Okay,
Stay with the
shush,
code.
shush, shush, shush. Okay, Midge. We have
We're
a new
going to
plan.
the train station.
We have to go to where my airship is docked.
Okay.
We're leaving and we're starting a circus featuring the Invisible Man
In Norway.
in Norway.
In Norway.
Okay,
The trains
so
will moose.
you go to the train station and case closed. That's it. We're done. Bye, everybody. Thank you for watching.
This is like the Far Cry ending, where you just sit at the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, it only took us like 7 live streams to get there.
Well, this is number 9, I think. So,
It's session 9, yeah.
yeah.
I missed a couple.
Yes, very true. Right. So, I'm guessing you will return to Bexley Hall then, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lady
What
Be-
about the figure?
Does he need a seat? Can he?
As we're getting in the car, I'm
So,
just gonna
as-
with it.
As
just
you
walk
arrive
by.
at Bexley Hall,
Okay.
you notice that the figure is already there. Stood at the as you pass it on the as your car passes the gate of Bexley Hall, you see him stood, well, next to the other deer-headed man at the gate. And he stood there staring at the vehicles.
What, the statue?
He stood next to the statuette, yes.
Right.
Aha.
And he looks at he's focused less on Hartwell's car now, but more on the car with Borkvad in it, with a slight... Well, I don't know if you guys could understand the facial expressions of a deer, but, yeah, there's some
I have a
intent there.
I have a query.
Yes.
How blind am I? Am I legally blind or am I black?
You are completely and utterly stone cold, can't see. one
Strangely,
thing in front of you.
it's not black that you see just red. Deep.
I was gonna
deep
say, like, your eyes
red.
got kind of burned, right?
Yeah.
Can I see, like, if I were looking in their direction, what could I see the deer folk, or is it nothing?
Strangely, yes, you can see the outline of the deer man. But
That's what I wanted to know!
That's the only thing you've seen.
All right, I fucking am on the way past.
Without eyes, you try to eye fuck the gentleman and
Your eye fucking
Is this how you're using your charm in this campaign?
give me a charm. Give me a charm roll. or
The man have no eyes either.
or
as
an
well.
appearance roll.
Let's see. I think technically, well,
Or an
I've already
intimidate
passed the
roll
charm.
if there is one.
I've already passed a charm check today, and I'm
Okay,
better
go for
at
an
appearance.
intimidate roll then.
Oh, no, he said
Intimidate?
wait, are you taking appearance off the table?
But
Well,
Yes.
you've got very red eyes right now. It's not all that attractive.
You said you're gonna eye fuck it, so you know it's kind of aggressive.
Yeah, that's more
Yeah.
I
aggressive.
thought that that's like when you're flirting with someone.
No, that's something very different.
No, that's
And-
the eye
and
fucking
you're-
is.
No, eye fuck is when you're making eye contact with someone in a flirty way, like you're just watching them.
I'm having the impression that I've embarrassed myself with words at some point in the past.
Oh
If
Good
that's
chance.
the case,
Really?
then just
You,
possibly.
Sarah, embarrass yourself with words?
Oh no.
no. I do that all the time, don't worry.
Doesn't sound right at all.
Yeah, give me an intimidate roll. Bortvard.
92.
From what you can tell without eyes, you really gave that deer good eye fucking. But,
Gotcha.
you know,
I taught him who's boss.
no eye.
And so we just see blind Borkvads, like you know,
Just kind of like.
looking in the wrong direction.
Okay, so
He likes staring out the window.
Lady Bexley drives her car round the back of the building, not to the front. She drives in and then around the building and gets out, and she explains it. Okay, Hartwell, hurry inside. Try not to let any of the serving staff see you.
How
Sorry.
very flipping funny.
Bad choice of words, but the other two, you might want to let go of him for now, just so he can get in without raising too much suspicion, okay?
Yes, because the Invisible Man is very suspicious. Magic, you're
Well-
really taking this the wrong way.
Well, there's a lot of explaining I need to do, and it's probably best that not everybody in the bloody town is alerted to it, okay?
What, that they can't see me? Yes, that'd be great.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Cool.
Cool.
Sorry, I slipped into myself then. I do apologise.
Wait, was cool a word in the 20s?
I don't think so. Not until
really.
like the.
There's more
50s.
there's
Cold,
more
isn't it?
50s American. Okay.
he's very ahead of the time.
We can all see the deer man now.
No.
No.
No. Well.
No.
There we go. This is. That's how I see it going.
Borgvard can see the silhouette of a deer man, and Hartwell can see the deer man, and Lady Bexley can see the deer man. You folks are still as clueless can be, right?
And then
Right.
I would like
This
to
is what
turn
I
on Lady
expected.
Bexley and say, "But what about this deer-faced fellow?"
You'll have to be more specific, dear. What about him?
Is he
Well,
well by any chance?
Sorry.
I mean, there are a lot
Mr.
of
Quirk, what-
questions. We should start simple.
Okay.
Can someone
Well-
direct me to a chair?
Let us all go. Let us all go into. Let us all sit in. Look at the room. Let's all go into the smoking room. I'll draw the curtains. We'll have a discussion in there. Okay.
Good.
Is he gonna-
Why would you draw the curtains?
Because it's...
Prying eyes.
she's artistic.
Do they have blinds in this time period?
No, I have curtains.
Well, we've got Borkvard.
Oh! Holla!
You're now disabled.
I was disabled before.
Double disabled.
Oh, double the payout. Oh, wait, it doesn't work.
Not in this day and age. You're just a liability.
I mean,
I mean, that's par for the course.
Okay. So, you all gather round into the smoking room. Lady Bexley goes ahead and draws the curtains and locks the smoking room door.
Is there any
There's
other way
rapping
out?
on
Can
the
we?
door.
There is
Daddy!
no other way
If
out
you
other
let
than
me
the
in
windows.
with you, please.
So, okay.
Are they?
She
Are they
unlocks the
large?
door and
windows?
lets you in, but she could see you, so she knows that you're in there. Well.
You left me like this. It's your fault. I've had a whole week to think about what I'm going to do with it. Artemis, don't go to sleep tonight.
Oh my god! That's not okay. No. You take that back, sir. You take that back right now. Your fiance is watching. I'm pretty sure.
What? What was the
Blushing even
implication
harder
there?
now?
Artemis doesn't know shit, mate. I'm blushing.
So, she sits you all down in the smoking room, and
Well, that's it for Call of Cthulhu for today. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
And Lady Bexley turns to you all after pulling herself a large drink. She's poured herself a scotch. Well, I understand you all might have a fair number of questions.
Putting it mildly.
Quite.
And, well, I'm happy to answer what I know, but, so, go ahead. And she puts down her drink and goes over to one of the bookcases, seemingly looking for something.
The deer-headed individuals that, or at least individual that you seem to notice or be aware of, what is it?
Well, he is was a member of St. Craythorne. He lived in the area. You may have already come across his final resting place.
Yes, we've met in several manners of speaking.
Maxwell?
Yes, that's it.
I'd like to ask,
I don't. Yes.
would the Bexley estate once have been the Maxwell estate?
Not that I'm aware of.
I don't want to ask a very obvious question here, but why was his head a D? Why were antlers?
I mean, okay.
Do we know if this is Reverend or Doctor? When we opened up the tombs.
Which was the older one?
Reverend.
Reverend was the older one?
It was
Yes.
Reverend and his son Doctor.
Yeah, the son was the doctor. Yeah.
Well,
So
if
I
you,
think I popped off the Reverend's head then.
well,
Yeah.
Okay.
if you give me a moment, you might be able to ask him that yourself.
Ask him.
And you see her pull out a large sort of binder and then put it aside and put her arm through the bookcase on the wall.
There's a lever.
And indeed, there is a lever. And you just hear a shoo, as where there was a in the side there was like one of the drawing desks with a push-up top of the cabinet. That top of the cabinet actually comes down, and there's a number of more books in there. And she begins to walk over to that desk, and
What's going on? I just hear some noises.
Somebody has a secret bookcase.
and she grabs one
Behind
of
the
the
secret
books.
bookcase.
I'm aching to take a look at those books. Can I see if there's any
Later,
titles?
maybe.
No, just from a distance.
Okay, from a distance, yeah, give me a spot hidden.
Can I too, please? I am intrigued.
I see books.
Yep.
Me too.
I would like to spot hidden as well.
Never mind.
Okay, Bolvard, feel free to give a spot hidden.
Too far away. Don't have my
was
glasses
kidding.
on.
Oh shit, that's the wrong one. Spot hidden. Never mind.
I will roll the dice all the same.
Where is spot hidden? Oh, there.
I'm sorry, if we
Hit
could use library use, I
Bolvard.
would just...
You don't
Yeah.
see anything because there is a deer figure standing right in front of you.
Oh, so like if I the way I see this is like I'm in a chair and I kind of like turn towards the noise and he's just like, whoop!
Well, more your
Well,
crotch height
hello
right
there.
now. But if you look up, there is just a deer head looking down at you, and all you see is the silhouette.
If I reach out, what happens?
You want to try and touch him.
Yeah.
Okay. As you reach towards it more
But
and
not
more.
not on the face, like.
Which
shoulder
arm are
area?
you? Which arm are you reaching
God
out
damn
with?
it! Fine.
No. I'm just asking because you can reach out for the same. But basically, as you go towards it with your hand gets hotter and hotter and hotter.
Like what's the proximity? Like how close am I before it's like I feel like it's going to hurt? You know, like a candle. Like you go too close to a candle.
Probably similar to a candle. It's not really going to hurt unless you're touching it.
Like this.
So are you going to try and touch it? Okay. If you're touching it, I need you to give me a power roll.
Oh my
Power.
god.
Is that a
PO,
thing?
POW, yeah.
We all just see Borgfard like blindly reaching out.
Yes, you do.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay. Amazingly, you do manage to fight off.
Is it like a force field or just heat? Like, is it trying to push back?
Well, now that you think of it, and now that you've kind of overcome it, it was heat, but also resistance, and then you touch it, and the dear man disappeared.
He left.
He left your vision.
How do... 360.
Okay. You don't see him currently.
You don't see anything.
So what you guys saw was like...
Essentially.
What is that crazy Norwegian bastard doing now?
Okay. But yes, to those who had a look at the book,
These things got a quick release. I forgot about that.
Hartwell, you're the one that actually got a success on that. None of the spines of the books have any titles or anything. A lot of them look very old. Some of them worn, some of them in better condition. And she goes for one that seems to have a somewhat old leather-bound texture to it. And it is in a deep red colour. And then she goes back over to the bookcase, closes the lever, closes the thing. So that then, shoop, and it shoots back up and shuts.
Can I do one more spot hidden roll?
On what?
Or wait, that should be an intelligence check probably to figure out which book she used to uncover the lever.
I was hoping I would just remember that, but yeah, if that's a thing.
I mean, it's just happened. You don't quite need to remember where that was hidden. She hasn't covered the leather back up yet. The lever.
Okay,
Lever.
so the lever's still there. Okay.
You're just going to commit that to memory too.
No, it's just that I want to memorize where it was. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to roll for that.
Shouldn't be too hard right now.
Would you make us roll an intelligence later, maybe, if we tried to find it again?
It depends how far in the future.
Okay, fair enough.
So say if we did it like 2 days, probably not, but in like several years, maybe.
Yeah. And she puts the book down on she drags over one of the side tables, puts the book down, and starts sifting through some of the pages, looking for something. Well, you're all being awfully quiet. I would think you'd have more questions by now, Hartwell included.
Well,
Well,
I
you,
have several, but if you want to start explaining, maybe that's a start, because
I'm still
we've seen a lot of shit, and a lot of things do not make sense, and a lot of things seem to be connected.
Borgfard, what are you doing?
I think he's still around somewhere. I can't see him anymore, but I know.
Hartwell?
No,
No.
it's not him.
No. Wait, and speaking of which, do I see an outline of Hartwell?
Give me a spot hidden.
Like the same kind of like shimmer or something? I go more blind!
No, Borgvard, as you're walking around trying to see if you can find Hartwell, you stand up and fall and... Oh, I'm gonna need you to roll...
Wow!
Give me a dexterity check.
Oh no.
Oh, it's like, that's almost, that's my second worst stat.
Okay, you're fine. So,
That's your second worst stat? Fucking hell.
so you feel yourself going, and you put your arms out to stop yourself, and you go boom, and you feel cold. And you think, maybe if you hadn't have put your arms out, you might have just gone through a window. Everyone else, you noticed Borgvard trip and go tumbling straight towards the window, but be able to correct himself.
Wouldn't he be tangled up in the curtains now then?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, there's curtains in the way. But like he went straight for the gap sort of thing, pushed himself through. But he's got curtains around him.
I'm getting up, getting Borgvard by the shoulder, leading him back to a chair. Please just sit down for a moment.
I thought I was sitting until someone told me I was walking.
Well, Lady Bexley continues. Well, outright explaining is a bit difficult, considering I don't know how much you all know, and it's easier
Okay, let's start
if
with the invisibility and go from there.
Right.
We know nothing about it, basically, apart from the very basic mechanics.
Previous members of the town seem to be figures with animal tendencies.
Well, yes, there's that one. Okay.
Flying wolves.
Well, the invisibility thing, well... I mean, any time before now, you probably would have just laughed, but I believe Hartwell to be under the effects of a spell.
Right.
Understood.
Is it the kind that can be undone?
Well, Miss Artemis, you raise a fantastic point, and that is what I'm looking into right now. If we're lucky...
You said...
If we're lucky, it will be written somewhere in here.
You said we could ask Maxwell ourselves. But how?
Well, I'm going to try and bring him to this realm for a short amount of time.
And so, you've mentioned he's under the effects of some spells. Is that... Can you also use them? If that's the right term?
I suppose anyone can use spells if they know the words and have studied enough, I guess.
That is a lot of pages she's turning.
I mean, it's a big book.
She's not even looking at the book, she's just turning the pages.
This is a tome about this thick. This is a hefty tome. Like, when you wouldn't have seen this book, Rob, but the rest of you noticed that when she carried it, it had some weight to it. Like, she felt the weight of this book. And it's old, it's dusty.
My hearing has already been increased due to the lack of my sight.
Yeah.
Are we talking
hear the pages.
witchcraft, druidry? What are we talking about?
I suppose all of the above. It's all had different names throughout everything.
Do you have anything in there for restoring eyesight? There's something wrong with my peepers.
There's another thing. The disappearing eyes on the deer, on Charlotte.
Well, that I'm not at all, I'm not at all sure on what that is. It does sound peculiar, and, but I assure you, it's not the same disappearing eyes. She looks at Borgvard. Your friend...
Speaking on the topic, are they one to keep grudges?
Who?
Maxwell and his progeny.
The Maxwell in the room is, Dr. Maxwell, his father.
Oh.
It's his son.
This is the son, yes.
So the son has the...
So I tried to touch the father.
No, you tried to touch the son.
Okay.
And how
Head
open
is the
to
son.
question?
Feet is the father.
And how
Like, the
open
way
to
you
question-
said that makes it kind of sound like some kind of Riddle.
And how open to questioning is this
And I
Maxwell?
succeeded in touching him. Thank you very much.
Well, let's see. And then... Okay. Lady Bexley stands up with the book in hand, and you see her go for her neck and pull out a necklace. You notice that hidden sort of in the lower crop of her top, shall we say, she pulls
bosom,
out a
basically.
large medallion, and she holds the medallion as she begins to speak this language that I don't think any of you will have heard. Actually,
Is it
Willem, you might have seen some of this, so give me a Cthulhu
It's
mythos
Dutch. No
roll.
one can understand it.
That's not true. Other Dutch can understand it. Not
No,
quite.
you don't recognize it. But this weird semi-guttural reverberation starts.
Am I sure it's not Welsh? This sounds very Welsh.
Starts it's weird. It starts off sounding like Lady Bexley and then begins to have this extended resonance to it, and it gets slightly louder and more reverberation around the room. And then all of you, including Hartwell and Borgvard, can you please give me a...
Appearance?
No. Give me a power roll, please.
Oh,
Power.
no.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh, come on!
Okay.
I succeeded a
Borgvard
roll.
and Byron, both of you, roll a d4.
oh no.
That's good because I can't afford to lose
Oh,
any more.
come on!
Both even. Okay. While you begin to feel the room change, you don't necessarily see it, but you do notice that all of you, well, Borgvard less so, but Byron, you do notice that
More
all
of a
of your
sense.
friends go into sort of a fixated state, and everyone is kind of frozen in place. The rest of you, except for you. Yeah. Borgvard, though, you do now notice the returned deer figure in the center of the room in your vision.
I stand up and look at him.
Yeah, you look at him. The rest of you, you see Borgvard stand up and point to this figure, and as that happens, well, Hartwell, you did see him before, but now the rest of you see in the center of this room a long blue-cloaked man in very thick woolen robes, with a large belt around his center, and the head of a deer stood in the center of the room.
She's a witch!
And hold on for
Please
a
don't call my
moment.
friend a witch. At least until she's not made me go visible again.
no. What you need is a witch.
Exactly.
So, the medallion she's wearing and holding out, is there any specific sigil on it
Hold
that
on.
we can recognize?
Hold on.
Okay.
Y'all need Jesus.
The deer man. Although his mouth doesn't move, all of you that can see him hear his voice. And you hear, I believe you have some questions for me.
You could say that again.
Why am I invisible?
Good question.
You are under the effects of a spell.
I got that bit from earlier on.
How does he not become invisible?
What was...
Well, there is two ways that... Hartwell, was it?
Mm-hmm.
There is two ways that Mr. Hartwell will returned fully to your realm. Actually, one of them is time.
Right.
The effects of this spell haven't been correctly noted, and after a while he should return.
5 minutes, 5 years, 5 decades.
Ah, of that I'm unclear. However, we could try a reversal. But it would require something of, well, many of you.
And what would that be, pray tell?
Well, you'd all need to learn the spell, and find the original spell that we can write the reversal.
Well, the spell came from your tomb.
Did it?
No, whoever
Of that
Yes.
you are incorrect.
whoever cast the spell might have done it in the tomb.
Or done it outside the tomb and then put me in
or,
there.
yeah, or elsewhere and brought his limp.
Or smacked me in the
body
face with a wooden board and then put me in there.
Do you know who attacked him?
Of that lady I do not. I had been resting until the tomb was opened.
Sorry.
No matter. It seems you all needed
I mean, that
my
was
help.
me.
They were doing it to get me out.
No, I do not know who performed the magic on you.
Okay, he's wearing robes, right?
Yes.
Do they look like the robes that the other were wearing?
How many of us? saw
You
this
haven't
robe?
seen any.
I
robe
know I
figures.
haven't seen, but the robes that were described to us by Byron.
For which time?
The picture?
The picture, yeah.
The picture that was shown to us by Simon, Stewart, whatever his name
Stephen.
was. That's the one.
Okay.
Mr.
Well,
Bell.
because Byron can't currently see the robe man to confirm this.
Whoa.
So,
Oh, right. Okay.
would anyone who has witnessed the photo like to try and remember the photo?
Or maybe Hartwell could just remember the people that he followed in you know, if the lady
But
was
you didn't
wearing
ask
some.
that.
Why do you think I was so angry about fucking up my roll for that?
Because it's conjecture, and I want to know. But
So,
it's too
Lord Forrest
conjectural for
Hartwell.
us to say anything.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
do
shit.
remember this, and in fact, let me send you a handout.
Enjoy.
Also, can you roll a sanity check for me? Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Excellent. Yes.
this is the last
I haven't
last
got
fun
enough
part of
problems right now.
This is the less fun part of that, but you know. Oh.
Okay, you take... Well, you're already looking at him. You take 1 point of sanity damage, considering you're looking at one of the members of this photo. Essentially. But yes, now that you remember it, you will see in your handouts photo 1. There was a figure in blue robes, but the head was covered. But the antlers did stick out.
Yes, they did. I thought it was a tree behind us.
Originally, yes, but now that you've gone back and thought about it, you're like, oh.
Okay, so let me go straight. In the picture we saw, there was you with your antlers, obviously, which we thought was a tree behind you. Just not being nasty or anything, just pointing out that. Wasn't there a person with like a snake tail as well?
That's no snake.
That's a space station. Sorry, wrong universe.
That person will, for now, remain unnamed. I do not want to reveal to you all more than needs to be known.
If I get up,
But
and
by
walk
snake,
towards
you
him,
might mean tentacle.
Ah! Excellent.
Okay.
Awesome.
If I get
Oh,
up and
yeah.
walk towards him,
Can
does
I
he
roll a click on that?
see me?
Just in case.
So, Borgvard, you try to walk towards them, and as you walk towards them, everything begins to stop and slow down, and you find yourself unable to move. Byron, you see Borgvard get up, sort of walk, and then, like, vibrate as he moves towards these people, and then get stuck just vibrating.
Oh, at this point, I'm probably just like looking through the books, but
Okay.
because otherwise I'm just
Hold
sitting
on.
watching a bunch of.
I will come back to that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so suspicion confirmed.
Arthur, if you could ask the person with the antlers any question in the world, what would it be?
Arthur cannot
Well, I
hear you
can't.
right now.
I can't.
So you've exited the tomb before?
On occasions, madame, I have.
Do you
It's a
know
mademoiselle, actually.
anything about the missing girls? Well, now missing girl, because we found one body.
I am as unclued to that.
And the deer I encountered on Sunday evening?
Describe to me this deer.
Very malnourished, missing its eyes, had daisies between its antlers, and very dead on the road because a car crashed into it.
You see the deer man's head turn to Maddie, and Maddie kind of knowingly sort of just nods. I do not know why. Well, I should say that is nothing of my doing.
Not necessarily your doing, but you are sure you don't know anything about that? Do you want me to
He
roll?
eats his chip.
Do you want me to roll persuade? Or
Give me a... Huh. Yeah, give me a persuade, and I'm looking for a hard.
oh god. Oh, okay. No, I'm gonna push that.
Okay.
One point of luck.
You gonna spend luck or push it?
No, I'm gonna spend 1 point of luck to push it to a heart.
Okay. Yeah. Don't say push, because push is a different thing.
Yeah. Sorry. No, I'm gonna spend 1 point of luck on that.
Okay. Yep. No worries. I would assume that that is related to whomever put the spell on Mr. Hartwell here, Mr. Compagnie.
That is as vague as you can get it, right?
That is as much as I am willing to tell you.
Don't push him, Willem. Don't push him.
Who lets you out of the tombs?
Friends, normally. On this occasion, yourselves.
Sorry about that.
Again, it's fine.
What about your father?
Unfortunately, my father's spell ran off a long time ago. The same magic protected his tomb, but it was less necessary to keep his essence.
So, possibly quite an impertinent question, but what's with the animal parts for body?
Huh. You hear a chuckle, but you don't see him move still, so this is all quite disconcerting, because all of these replies is just coming with a stare.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the first time he doesn't look at any of you, and you all hear him. Like, properly. Like, normally he directs everything to someone, and you hear it, but this is the first time he's done it and looked away, so... But you hear him chuckle. And he just looks back up at you, Willem, and he goes, "It is a gift."
Hello, I have a question.
Yes, Mr. Quirk, is it not?
Yeah, Bobby. Oh,
Pleasure to
So-
meet you, Bobby.
likewise. So, I had the pleasure to see this photograph that Hartwell previously mentioned. Is how do I put this? Is there some sort of quirk with the camera, or is person permitted?
Ha! You mean Mr. Bell.
Yes.
Mr. Bell. Mr. Bell understands to take photos. He doesn't exactly know the effects of his photos, but his photos exist nonetheless. You could say we commissioned them.
I see. And is there any sort of special adaptation to the cameras, or is it just a trick of the light, shall we say?
A trick of the light it is.
So a camera could pick you up.
If I'm in the right frame, yes.
Ha! Pun.
He's a funny man.
a
Is
funny
there
man.
anything else?
Yes. I've seen my deceased grandfather on a couple of occasions now, and I believe our friend Captain Byron may have also seen a former Bexley, or a now long deceased Bexley.
Do you trust me?
I suppose.
The dear man then sort of just... For the rest of you, you see him sort of just stare at Bobby, but Bobby, you're suddenly blown out of your own body. And I'm going to need everyone else to take off their headphones.
Oh, for God's sake!
You didn't even fucking roll for it.
So,
I'll just say it feels good being on this side for once.
so Bobby,
Hello.
the dear gentleman, as I'm going to keep referring to him as, he begins to walk around you. But you now see everyone in the room, including yourself, and you've blown yourself out of yourself, essentially. The best way to describe this would be an out-of-body experience to the max. You are having an out-of-body experience, and he begins to walk around you, and he says, "There are many worlds past this one, as there are many stars in the sky. What you might be seeing might be fragments, essences, remnants, memories. Those might be affecting you in different ways. With the right power and the right prowess, you might learn something." And then he takes your hand, and you see that he has a hand, but it's very brown and slightly hairy, almost like deer fur. And then he grasps your hand. You're viewing this from above yourself. This is what you're seeing him do to your body. And he sort of rubs his hands together like this over your hand, and you now feel a burning in your hand in your outer body form, and you look down at your spectral form, and there is a symbol on your hand. And
My spirit hand.
on your spirit hand,
Okay.
as well as your real hand, Mr. Bobby's quirk. With this symbol appearing, you feel you know a bit more about this world. And I'm going to give you 25 points in Cthulhu Mythos. And with that, you see the burning, and then you begin to feel a suction and a pull, and it gets, and your spectral form just gets pulled straight back to your own body, and you see everyone around you again.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone that is in this realm with the Deer Man, what you've just seen is the Deer Man walk over to Bobby and then grasp his hand. And Bobby go very faint for a moment, and then back in the room, and then when the Deer Man removes his grip over the hand, you now see a symbol on Bobby's hand. And he walks away. So, Medicine, the spell to fix your friend. I believe the answers will be in the diary. Now, if you excuse me, and then he claps, and you all fall to the ground. But before we go on to that, Byron, what is it you wanted to do with the books?
I'm just generally looking for them, you know.
Oh, just the ones that are out? You're not going to try and get into the secret?
No, I'm just looking for them.
No worries, you've been looking through books. And Borgvard, you are frozen, and you get thrown to the ground with everybody else. Byron, you turn around, everyone is flat on their ass, as if they've just been thrown down by something.
I just sort of like closed what I was looking at. Oh, how was it?
Everybody, you are back in the room together.
I
assume the Deer Man's gone.
Waking up on my ass.
Yes, you can no longer see the Deer Man, nor can you, Hartwell.
Damn it!
What about me?
Borgvard, you cannot see the Deer Man either.
Can we see Hart? No, we can't see Hartwell yet.
Nope.
But we can see Madison Bexley.
Yes.
This is weird.
Can we see a symbol on Bobby's hand now?
Can see the symbol on Bobby's hand.
I'm just going to be rubbing my hand at the moment and just looking.
Bobby, are you okay?
What is that?
What on earth happened?
Would I recognize the symbol at all?
Strangely
Well,
unusual.
now that, well, give me a Cthulhu Mythos roll, but even so, I will tell Bobby what this is.
Well,
Yes, you
I know.
do know what this is. You both know what this is. This is something known as the Elder Sign.
Oh, great. Your hand's now signed by Cthulhu.
I will get an image of what it looks like and put it.
That
into
is
a hand.
not where an autograph is supposed to go.
The Elder Sign.
when you're a groupie, it is. Well, sometimes.
Which hand is it on?
It's on your left, sir.
On my left hand, on my burnt hand.
Yes, it's kind of. It looks like a darker area of the burns. It's like burns within the burn, if that makes sense. So you've got the sort of the pinkish, discolored sort of burn color and the scar tissue, and then in that it's almost like it's been embossed in. Hold on, I will get a copy of the Elder Sign because all of you can see this, so I'll put this as a handout for everyone. Give me 2 seconds.
Jolly good.
Add
Love a
handout. Edit.
A handout about a hand.
The handout.
Handout, yeah.
The handout.
Yo, dog, I heard you like handouts.
He said, "Yo, dog," and the dog replied. Right, everyone should have that as a handout now.
Oh, lovely.
It's
Oh, that's nice.
Oh,
the power of
is
the Elder
that
Sign.
Elvish?
No.
No.
No, that
That's an elf.
Is
I
it
can tell you no,
Arabic?
it's not.
It looks
Yeah.
Arabic.
It is. Well, it's the same one as, you know, right here, would you believe? On the book.
What a surprise.
Yeah.
It's like someone's done a really sloppy job. They started to do a star, and then they were like, "Oh shit, that's a bit devilish, isn't it? Pentagram.
Well, blood
we'll
is great writing
we'll
material.
just smoosh it a little bit."
Oddly enough, the trees in the grove were just as
What's
sloppy, weren't
the
they?
name of the Cthulhu language? It starts with an R.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Yes, it
Ryleth.
is. Just as for bloody sloppy.
Yeah,
Right.
rather.
I'll be back
Lethian or
in,
something like
Yes.
back in a minute. Sorry, I just need to step away for a second.
No worries.
All right.
that. What is wow? No, I was gonna say, what does Google say? That's cheating.
Madison Bexley stands up. And she opens the lever again, puts her book away, closes it, and replaces the large covered book into the bookcase.
Is there a title on that book?
Well, on the bookcase book.
No, on the book that covers the lever.
Yeah. No, there is not.
Hmm.
You notice that there's a lot of missing titles on spines on quite a few of these books around here.
How long have you known about all of this?
Again, that's a very vague question, Sheffield. If you're talking, if you're talking about the missing girls or any of that sort of thing, I've not known about that.
No, the
at all,
magic and the realms and the ghosts and...
Well, the other aspects, shall we say, I have known about for a while.
Define a while. Was that before you came here? After you came here?
Since I was, well, about 15.
So that would be before that she came to Craythorne, no?
It would indeed.
Right. Dr. Maxwell, he mentioned, right when I had that weird experience, he mentioned something about there being many worlds. And that we might, like with me seeing my grandfather, I might be seeing memories or perhaps even fragments from these potentially from these other worlds.
And so when I saw what I suspect to be a Bexley in my bedroom, there might have been something similar.
Possibly, yes.
Are we talking other planes of existence here?
I think we are.
It would
Said the invisible voice.
I almost forget he's there.
Out about everything.
Oh, you're saying I'm forgetful now? You know, you can just forget me and fine.
I don't think anyone can forget you, Hartwell.
It's too late now. I've been very, very badly hurt by my friend Companion.
Can any of us still see him, or can any of us see him now?
I don't think so.
Can I see him with my symbol?
Bobby, you can.
Oh, cool. Hello. I can see you now.
I'm
what
focused
that
on Lady Bexley still. How did you learn about all of this?
The hell even is all this?
Byron, you sum up my first thoughts exactly. Easiest way to answer your question is with another question.
Oh,
How long have you...
Maddie, you know that.
How long have you known that there is answers to things, but you can't quite ascertain what they are?
Always. I mean...
Everything that you're learning is merely those answers, and this is merely further knowledge. Just not everybody's privy to it.
Did someone teach you?
I, in fact, stumbled upon it, but then I learnt. It is very dangerous to dabble with such things, as it is
Heard of some of these things.
Maddening. And has adverse effects on one's soul, so I tend to refrain. But, we ought to do something about this, predicament we're all in, should we not? Here, take some of these.
I hope the ride drops.
I've only got a few of them spare. And she pulls out from the one of the drawers, which is locked beneath this cabinet. She unlocks it and pulls out about 2. Let's see how many there are in there. Yeah, 2 spare necklaces similar to hers. Kind of less designer and less nice, but they share the same symbol.
Classic. What, the wonky star?
They do indeed have the Elder Sign on.
Okay.
Who would like one? They should allow you to see Mr.
I'm certainly interested.
Everyone just jumps up.
For one,
I can already see him.
For one, I need to perform some kind of first aid on a Lord Hartwell. So if I'd like one, if only for a temporary period.
I'd like one
It
because
won't make a difference. The bandages or whatever will just decay.
No, they'll
Can
just...
you shut up for just a minute while I'm trying to get help for you?
Other realm, surely.
Just pop me in a plane, I'll be fine.
Arthur just rolling his eyes and holding a hand out.
So
Lady
already on another
Beck
plane.
instead of
gives
Wonder
you
Woman
one,
with the invisible
Arthur.
plane, it's now a plane with the invisible pilots.
He gives you she gives you one of the necklaces, Byron.
Can I hold it up and
It's a
gingerly
little
put it-
bronze symbol on what looks like a little silvered chain.
So that is the Elder Sign. I'll just say that out loud.
Oh, that name has
is.
no meaning for me.
It does to me.
And Company, you said you wanted one, so she hands one to you.
I think everyone wants one, okay? But Artemis just isn't as aggressive, and y'all just stood up
Yeah,
first.
I just passed on that.
Well, you can't see still.
I can see the things that are important.
Yeah, well,
Apart from that window.
you can see certain things that appear to you.
I'm going to put mine on just carefully.
Bogvard, you now notice that you can see Bobby again. Well, the outline of him at least.
And I'm going to carefully put it underneath my suit jacket and over.
And as Byron puts on his necklace, Bogvard, you can see him again. Well, if the outline of him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting on the necklace as well, not as careful.
And likewise, Compagnie becomes as visible as you've seen in the last couple of hours.
Do I see Hartwell?
You all who put on the necklaces see Hartwell.
Right. Maddie, do you have any first aid supplies around?
He does
He's
look a bit
rather-
rough, doesn't he?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
We've got some in the kitchen.
Okay.
Right.
I've had a board smashed into my face, knocked out, and thrown through a gravestone.
Well, I can
Honestly, you
absolutely
look-
help some of that.
I should be probably dead, but
Well, you're not for
apparently
now.
I'm made
so
of sterner stuff.
Well, you're not for now, so let's work with that. I'm gonna go out and just get one of the first aid kits and just
Okay. So,
make
Oh,
sure to keep
yeah,
it
I did
concealed.
like low-key nursing for a bunch of years. I just remembered that. Great.
yes, you did. But Byron, you go and get the first aid kit. Maddie unlocks the door. Tells you to hurry back.
Is there
so she can
anything
lock it
else
again,
I can
just
see in this?
Since you put on the necklace.
Yeah. Other than Hartwell and...
Give me a spot hidden.
not my strong suit. Oh,
No, you
no.
cannot.
That's a damn shame.
Yeah, I'm just go back quickly, grab it, making sure to keep the necklace concealed.
Yes.
Mhm.
All right. It's fine.
Could have just said
Yeah, I
me.
will put it under my clothing as well.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Probably a wise idea, Maddie says.
Yeah.
Okay, so Byron, give me a first aid roll.
Right. Oh.
Okay.
Shitting hell. Okay.
With an extreme.
Wow.
Hartwell, where your injuries and subsequent health regeneration would have taken a number of days, you gain 1 health point back right now. And instead of the, how many points are you missing? So that'd be 5. So you'll be missing 7 after this. So 1 day, so it'd be 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, or
What's 64? 128?
So instead of the 128 days it would have taken you to recover all of your health, it's only going to take you around a month of recovery.
Wow.
I will say that first aid normally as base recovers for 1 hit point,
Yeah.
and is more for stopping you from dying. But sure.
Yeah, which is the one hit point I gave. But you've done. He's cut down a major amount of recovery time. Byron, you noticed that. You noticed. You went very much quick and easy, sort of military sort of thing. You saw that there was things out of line, and you cracked them back in place, and.
It probably wasn't comfortable.
Hartwell, it was very uncomfortable. You didn't realize it before but you'd dislocated some thumbs and such, and
How many thumbs?
some fingers. You have 2 thumbs. That still worked as a sentence. Get over it.
Some of the thumbs that he had.
some of your fingers.
If we take his shoes
you'd
off,
landed
he'll have
and
extra-
you'd twinged some of your muscles, and your shoulder was slightly out of line. It was so. Arthur quickly just reset everything to much pain, and then wrapped up what was necessarily. So you've now also got an arm in a sling right now. Your left arm is in a sling right now. Everyone who can't see, which I believe is there's Miss Sheffield and Boulevard. Well, Boulevard, you can't see anything, but Miss Sheffield, you see Arthur going over to Lord Hartwell and tending to him, but the things that is being put on is slowly fading and fizzling into nothing. So it's quite concerning, because you see things like a bandage go on, the bandage soak with blood, and then disappear.
Oh my goodness.
Right, that should have some kind of effect. My apologies about its pain, but well.
Oh, don't worry about it, old man. I've had worse in the trenches, you know that.
It's the first time we called an old man, but sure.
Lady Bexley has been very quiet.
As well. Jesus Christ.
Lady Bexley has been relatively quiet and is kind of just
enjoy
sat
it
with a
while it
drink,
lasts.
nursing it quite well. Is there anything anyone wants to
I'm gonna pour myself a drink.
do? Okay.
The fuck is going on? I have a science background.
There seems to be only hard liquor in this room, if that's okay.
Dude, I'm beyond, what the
I'm
fuck?
just gonna glance over, this is new.
Lady Bexley sort of looks up and goes, "Oh, do go careful," and then goes back to her own drink. But she looks relatively solemn in her face. She doesn't look cheerful, which she normally quite is. She normally she normally has this kind of smirk and smolder about her, but the bubbliness is kind of left.
Actually, there's no point checking that. I gotta be able to tell that she's sad.
I have no idea how the seating in this room is, but I'm gonna sit kind of near to her.
Okay, that's fine. She sat in a singular armchair, but there is a sofa next to her, the other side of the small side table that's next to her currently.
I shall sit there and I shall take a long drink.
That
Hold
is-
up, I'm about to say something. Don't
also,
interrupt me.
This is also the only sofa in the room. The rest of them are like armchairs,
Armchairs.
with a table next to them. And there's a number of them because this is the smoking room. There's a lot of singular. Everyone would have their own chair and table. This sofa is sort of like it's not normally in the room. It's just kind of being put in here for now because they're trying to find a space for it. That kind of thing.
As if there's not
I will
enough
stand
space
in the
out
corner
here.
due to the fact of not wanting to bleed on the furniture.
You're bandaged, for God's sake, man.
It's fine.
Well, your
And
blood
it's
wouldn't
loose
currently
with
show
blood.
up, so it's fine.
Yeah, but when
Also
the
that.
skull
Oh my
is
gosh.
taken off or wears off,
Well, then you dried
Does his
bone.
wait? So his blood is still a part of him, even when it's no longer in him. How long until that wears off? That's strange. We could delve right in there for a while.
Well, for example,
do a
you
lot-
did see some of his blood on the floor. in the
Yeah,
forest.
we did. So it becomes visible after it goes out of him.
Someone cut it.
Eventually.
Yeah. So we could technically make all of him visible, but that would one undo all of my work, and two, he probably
We
wouldn't
just have
survive
to
it.
cut off a part
Was-
and see
and
how
I
long
would
it takes
just be
to
a
appear.
walking blood corpse. Yeah, that's right.
Did the blood
Oh,
in the
he-
forest
he
come
did.
out of him before the spell was cast on him, though?
Yeah,
That's
well,
very true.
unless it was cast using a plank.
An enchanted
That's you know,
plank.
a large a large one.
Magic,
You got a
Like
twig
the enchanted
Got a
plank of
plank.
invisibleness.
magic,
for those big smells.
Vanishing
magic
plank.
plank
And I
of
will swing it
invisibility.
with a mighty axe.
A
I'm
level
gonna-
1 enchanted plank. Okay,
Oh my
going
goodness.
for it.
Anyway, I want to
Damage.
drain some drink and I want to turn to Bexley. So you've had encounters with these previous
People.
residents before?
Yes. I wouldn't say regularly, but I've met them all. Well, it was. It was
How many is all?
It was he who told me to come and meet you all there, for example. But how many is all, did you say? I believe
Yeah.
there's only 12 so far that have been given the privilege.
12.
12 do you have given the privilege of what exactly?
These animals.
Yes, it's only 12 that have been given gifts.
By who? Or what?
By whom?
I'm not sure I'm allowed to tell you. But
Who would
I'm
be
not
allowed?
going to
That's
stop
convenient.
you. Well, a member would. I am not a member.
How did you
Remember?
find out about them?
Well, when you live under the same roof as one, you tend to have to learn these things.
Are you saying
What part
your
of him is an animal?
husband?
Questions remember?
He has not been given any gifts, but he is a member. I don't know if you've heard of them, but it is a certain society by the name of the Order of the Red Lady.
Friggin' yes, we heard of that. When yes,
we did notice some of that.
The Order have been
Oh.
silent benefactors to this town and some of the areas around it for a long time. This is grassroots region for them, shall we say, but their reach is much larger now.
You wouldn't happen to have any members in the Arabic Peninsula?
Well, Britain's empire never set, did it?
This is very true.
And so, and what does this order do?
Again, it is not my place to
Of course.
share the workings of a fraternal society. Let's just say they are keepers of certain information that only some are privy to.
Why do they need weird animal parts to keep information?
Oh, that is, like they put it, gifts. That's a reward, so to speak. A
And
blessing.
some of the members are dead.
Ish.
Well, that's one way to put it, yes.
They're no longer on this plane of existence.
Would be a better way, yes.
Someone's a quick learner.
How many of what we would consider to be the dead end up on this other plane of existence?
Through choice, not many.
Okay.
Accidents happen.
Does Clifton know?
Clifton is aware, but not all of the household are. Hence why I've had to lock the doors.
That
Right.
makes sense.
They know not to disturb in certain matters, and if we have certain events, only some staff members, tends to be the older staff members, are privy to be there.
He did make a very strange description of himself.
Being a vessel of the house.
Yeah, a conduit is the word he used.
Indeed.
Well, Clifton's a interesting character.
Right.
To tell.
I believe you could ask him on that one.
Yes, he's very approachable.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's
Maybe you
more
could
likely
just
to-
call him in then.
He's more likely to approach you.
I believe he's not in at the moment.
Head butler is not in the house. That seems awfully peculiar.
Well, he's going to get the master from the station.
Are you aware of the... Well, I hardly even know how to describe them. The members of the ghosts in the house.
I am only privy to some that I've met. I know there are more, and there are some that I've heard of, but at least some of them have made their acquaintance.
Are there any, like, that tend to move around in the peripheral of your vision?
Not that I'm aware of, which is why I was surprised as you were when we had that whole kerfuffle the other night.
I saw something.
What about the dolls?
Oh, we've not had a chance to talk because you're at the funeral. Oh, man.
So, that was the bedroom of, one of the Bexleys.
I can tell you which one. If you don't remember.
And I believe, one of those dolls in the room, I can't remember which one,
The one I
Is
saw
the-
was a sailor.
well, there was a peculiar practice some years ago where they started using the actual hair of a child to make said doll, and we tend not to go in there for certain reasons, which you might already be aware of.
Yeah.
Clifton has a bit of a
Yeah,
sense of
we-
humour and
Notice.
looks down on people sometimes, and may have assigned one of you said room. I'm guessing
I mean,
by
you're telling
by
me
the
one
reaction
of those-
Mr. Quirk received that room, which I
Well,
do.
So
the
the
bed is quite
strange-
comfortable, so I'm not
Would you
complaining.
like a different room, Mr. Quirk?
No, I'm happy enough, thank you.
So the strange movements I saw the doll have, you're saying they're partially haunted?
Haunted would be the common word for it. Yes. The essence has certain control over it as it links them to this realm still.
At the very least, it doesn't seem hostile, just
Playful.
slightly...
Playful.
Yes.
It's a child.
Yes. Makes a nice change from, well, Maddie, I don't know how in depth or extensive your, I don't know the right word for it, occult maybe knowledge is, but perhaps you might know, if not what's going on, perhaps of a vague idea of a strange creature we've encountered.
She heard about the dog, no?
She heard about it.
You told her. Well,
Yep.
unfortunately, I've been trying to do a bit of research myself, and so have some of the members of the group. We haven't found any links to a dog-like creature.
So you're saying this creature is either new to your order or
Well,
something very old and obscure?
not exactly. I'm getting to that. One of the ways we got to set about to fixing Mr. Hartwell here was, don't know if you remember him saying it, but was finding a diary. I'm tenuous to believe that maybe, just maybe, the same diary is used to bring that beast about.
Are you saying you're missing that diary?
I'm saying it's never been my diary.
No, I'm not saying it's your diary, but is that diary missing?
I would have to check.
Whose diary is it? She consults her notes.
Yeah.
I know whose diary it is.
No
I was
problem
just
with it.
opening the correct page. Well, I believe you've been somewhere named after this person. I think he's referring to the Diary of Friar Forest.
Oh.
And with that, we're going to go for our midpoint break.
What is wrong with you?
So yeah,
I still take donations for train tickets.
join us in 5 to 10 minutes, where we'll be back.
I could do it
with more of the
cheaply, but you
story.
know.
So,
Yeah.
Got a
see you
rail
then,
card.
guys.
I've written we've got to find a missing dairy.
That's what it looks like. Yeah.
Go find a haunted farm.
Bam ba dee dee doo doo. Ba-dum bam. Ba-dum bam. Ba-da-da. Ba-da-da-da. How is everybody in chat now that we're on break? How are we all doing? How are we enjoying the first half of this?
Jesus, that's loud.
Is it?
That's like I'm being orderly assaulted by a bloody jazz band.
Yep.
Being slammed over the head by a
sorry,
trombone.
Rival, I didn't know if you were back or not.
I sat in my chair.
Oh, sorry. How did we not notice?
Well, technically, most of us can see you now, so, do you want
No,
You
I'm
keep-
invisible.
I've literally
Your
done
fault,
like
you made me
low-key
invisible.
surgery
Give
on
me
you.
something I can use. Plus the fact I'm getting chuckles out of Red for days on this stuff.
For God's sake, you're like the miserable the child who gets ill and is like, no, I'm dying.
No, he made me invisible. He should have realised it would have been better off making someone who was going to take it seriously but invisible.
Fair.
Well, I didn't know you were going to be the one that walked in and followed it. You're lucky it's not all of you.
They would need a very big plank to hit all of us. That's more like tree. I think they might have had more adverse effects.
Don't give him any ideas.
I think he's got enough bad ideas anyway. I think at this point it's like just like extra like, you know. However, on that note, Midge, because I haven't had a big thought think about like my backstory in relation to like, you know, the other characters in my backstory. Is there anything useful I can give you there in terms of plot hooks? Or
If you want to write some other stuff up, then sure, and then I can develop plot hooks out of it.
excellent. Like have like a mad family member or whatever.
Can do,
I
yeah.
mean, you're not the mad family member.
Oh, I had this weird dream in here on this date or whatever, but
How have we enjoyed the first half so far, gents?
oh, very interesting. A bit annoyed about my role, but you know, that's life.
I'm
It's
so
like, oh
sorry.
yes, this person I've been wanting to question for the past several months in real life. Can I wait? Oh, that's a 97.
But my point is, much as I appreciate the help my comrade in arms has given me and given me help, it's going to take about 3 years for me to heal.
It was going to take 3 years for you to heal. Now it's
it
only a
will,
month.
because of the speed we go through days in this game.
Well, you never know.
Oh yeah.
There might be, if we wait until, you know, obviously the end, once the end of this case happens, there might be a gap between the next case.
God, I hope so.
Well, yeah, because otherwise you'll never heal because we'll keep doing
I'll
shit.
never heal. I'll just be ill constantly.
This is why I only take damage in 1 damage increments and always use first aid afterwards.
And you can't always be that lucky, though.
I don't think any of the damage I took was lucky.
I fumbled that power one, and I got slammed through a blooming.
Yes, but it was also after you
Gravestone,
chased
so-
someone off by yourself into a woods.
Yeah.
I feel that's less luck, more, you know.
What was it again? Rule number 1? Never split the party.
Well, let's split the party, yeah, but don't.
Don't
I'm
go out
sorry,
of the-
but we've been splitting the bloody party pretty much consistently since we started.
Split the party, yes. Don't wander off into the woods by yourself. You're the guy who gets killed first in a horror film.
Well, in this case, turned invisible.
Yeah.
Which is also
And
quite
then
funny.
you try
I
and
mean,
follow a suspect to help the
Also,
team
call
out, and all
over a
you get
friend,
is-
maybe. Oh, and with like 5 other competent people. 4.5 competent people.
for a cop.
Maybe one of them. Or perhaps 1.5 of them could help with this.
Alright, one had just climbed out of a grave on his own, because the rest of us were being me. You just got into the grave, and were in a fetal position.
I was at the field position at this point. I was now looking shaky and ill somewhere off in the corner.
Yeah, and you weren't doing anything at all.
You could have changed that.
I believe our journalist friend was inside the church trying to figure out what the markings were and things, looking at graves. And Artemis was, trying to overhear different conversations.
Oh, you do you, but just we can't help with stuff, Maybe don't keep running off into woods by yourself. I haven't got a lot.
Daddy.
I am not into that. Also, I don't have that many
Yes,
extreme.
father.
I don't stop. I'm younger than literally all of you. By some of you, by a factor.
Of what?
Not a big one, but you know.
2.
I know at least I'm less than half Muzz's age. I've no idea rivals, but it's a reasonable possibility that I'm also less than half his age.
I mean, if there's like 8 years between me and Ben.
8?
Yeah.
Think?
How old are you?
22.
He's half
10.
my age.
10. That's right, it is 10, because...
Did you just choke on a banana?
I did.
Oh.
I mean, there's a lot of people
Oh,
half my
fuck.
age this year.
Never eat a banana on the internet.
That's just scary
He
because there's
says
a lot of
eating a
people
banana on the
half my
internet.
age this year. That's just weird.
Mhm.
You'll get there at one point, Kazoo.
You gotta come get it.
Yeah.
Come here.
Just like, yeah. But it did not being rushed as the old one for this for reasons is, weird and completely unwarranted.
Go, Patty. Go, Patty.
Who's
Go,
the old
Patty.
Your
character?
favorite treat is banana.
Oh, my cat is 26.
You are just a little banana.
It's like 7 years older than I am.
How old is my character?
My character is actually 1 year older than I am because Mitch up the date of when this was happening.
Yes, I did.
It's like, right, this is the youngest I can get a character where he was feasibly an officer during World War One.
I mean,
No,
people were
well,
officers
I mean,
at 16
legally?
in World War One.
Right,
They're-
legally.
Yeah, I was about to say because there were kids that got fraudulent papers at like 14 and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
But like that, I think like a 14 was more, the infant was more just, the meat shields. The officers, it was very slightly more stringent, but only very slightly.
In the final year of the war, there was a lot of 16-year-old second lieutenants because they really pushed them through training.
I'm more thinking that this guy was reasonably competent in the war, so he probably wasn't, 17. So I don't know about you guys, but I was fucking useless at 17.
Actually, I was working on a graveyard at 17, so.
Oh, I did basically the same thing he was.
So
Slightly less
I'm-
chance of
I'm-
dying, though.
I'm kind of enjoying looking at Twitter these days because over the past couple weeks it's been nothing but TwitchCon.
Ugh.
TwitchCon start and it's just non-stop people bitching about TwitchCon. Bitching about TwitchCon, bitching about things that happened at TwitchCon, and bitching about other streamers.
Uh,
That's
Yeah,
all that's going
yeah,
on.
it's
not surprising, to be
Not in
fair.
the slightest.
Like 2 days ago, it was like someone posted a picture of nothing, like just a table filled with open beers
Oh yeah,
that you
I
could just,
saw
you
that.
could just grab. And then next day, it's someone got roofied at TwitchCon. And then
Oh,
the day
what
after
the
that,
hell?
It's
Oh.
Keem complaining about the person who complained about the open container beer. And then everybody else dogpiling on him going, what the fuck is wrong with you? How are you still a thing?
What is Keemstar? He's a fucking negativity vampire. He's the same species as Katie Hopkins. Survives on nothing but spite.
Pierce
Like, I
Morgan's in there as well.
See,
Yeah, exactly, same.
I know who Katie Hopkins is. I don't know who Keemstar is.
Oh, he's an internet
For the best,
It's
for
the
the best.
YouTube version of Pierce Morgan, essentially.
fucking
In terms of
bottom
personality.
feeder. Makes money off just shitness and makes his useless
Like, I
opinion.
hadn't heard about him since he accused some elderly man of being a pedophile with absolutely no cause and was completely incorrect about it, and then had all of his friends hate bomb the guy.
Yeah. Right. Are we ready to
Right,
continue, ladies and
less
gentlemen?
about that particular sack of shit.
Yeah.
So, welcome back, everybody. And as I welcome you all back, You hear... Well, give me a hearing check, everybody.
Listen.
Listen, that's the one.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I'm good at these.
Me
I'm
too. I'm
usually good
great
at
at
this.
listening.
Yeah, just don't ever say that word again.
Artemis
I'm good at these.
Borgvard. And that's it.
That's them.
You hear a car approach the house.
I heard a car.
Are we
approach
supposed
the
to
house.
jump up like excited dogs?
No, I'm just
Oh
telling
boy,
you.
the master's home.
I just said you heard a car approach the house.
Okay, well I will look towards the noise of the car.
It's a wall.
Oh, well then I'll look towards it, but you know.
Was that Borgvad?
I heard a car approach.
Oh, would that be
How did you know?
would that be Theodore?
The demon butler and
Bloody hell,
Mr.
it
Beck.
might. Okay.
Perhaps we should stop this for the moment.
No, I think we need to have a discussion.
Wait.
with him
They are
involved.
both fully well aware of all of the
You wait
wibbly
here.
wobbly.
I will go talk to Theo. And she leaves.
Ah, lovely.
Someone
Well, that
poured me a
took-
drink. A lot of it.
I'll grab a bottle of vodka and just shove it in his hand. Like, here you go. There's glass around it already.
You have a bottle of vodka in your hands. Well, you don't know that, but you have a bottle in your hands, Borgvard.
I'm gonna take a big.
How's it? Did you take the lid off of it?
It's
Yeah,
vodka,
yeah.
Borgvard.
He's Norwegian.
I didn't specify Scotch, so I can't get mad about that.
I want to finish the drink that I have in my hand so I can put the glass down.
Okay, you down the rest of the scotch you had, and
Oh boy, I do.
that burns. You're not used to it. Give me a constitution throw.
I feel like I'm back in university watching my friend get drunk for the first time with really
I'm
bad
like-
result.
In shock right now, okay?
Anybody
So is
have
he.
a good the first time I got drunk at college
Oh,
story?
you're good.
And
I got
you
drunk
do
way
that
before
whole
college.
Is there any rum?
But you don't know no other reaction than that.
I'm
You do
also
feel
going
it,
to go
kid.
and grab probably another, just a whiskey, and very
Okay.
slowly and assertively just sip it.
Okay.
Are you like trying to flex on me with your drinking skills?
No, I'm trying to have a drink, for fuck's sake.
I have a
I've
drink.
had a very stressful morning.
Anyone who wants a drink can pour themselves a drink. Just tell me that you are, so I can
Yeah,
know.
I'll
Does the booze help my eyesight at all?
Some rum.
No, the opposite.
You can't tell because everything is red.
And I can't see any of other than the normal shapes I already can.
Other than the people
Well, yeah,
that
you
have
can
the
see-
symbol, you cannot see them.
Yes, I'm also going to put the necklace, change it from underneath my just like jacket to like underneath my shirt.
All the way down.
So, like-
Yeah, no worries.
Like pop a few buttons, put it right under on my neck, underneath my suit, like shirt and tie.
Yep.
I'm curious. With
Yes.
the fact that we could, so this is kind of in character as well. The fact that we could, when we touched Hartwell, we could sort of see him. If we like touch the symbol, would we like? Is it transferable by touch? Perhaps.
Who are you sitting near to?
I'm just probably stood at the bar at the moment, just talking. So whoever's
I mean,
nearest.
there is one way to find out.
It's a drinks globe in this room. It's not the bar
Oh,
in this room
well.
because we're in the smoking room currently.
Oh boy.
That's classy right there.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Right, I'm gonna walk over to Artemis, just take off my chain for a moment. Try this on for a moment.
She's not gonna want to give it back.
You're not wrong.
Borgvard, as you see the necklace leave, you kind of see Willem as a shape kind of slowly fade in your vision, but you still see like the little symbol.
Like
Just in the air?
Does it got like a little halo or something, like a little glow?
It kind of just looks like a black spot,
Okay.
and you see a very faint like sort of chain off it that sort of disseminates, and then he hands it to
Okay.
Artemis.
I will hold my hand up and you can drop it
as
into my
it
hand.
drops into Artemis's hand, Artemis's form sort of shows up.
Okay, Artemis, hear me out. I have an experiment. I want you to walk out the door, close it behind you, Just stand there for 5 seconds, then turn around and come back in.
Okay.
So,
Are you going to?
when she walks
Yeah.
out the door, can I still see that, like, shadow of her presence through the door, like where she would be?
You can. Through the door, at least.
Oh, so we basically have a.
I have superpowers!
Well, only while you're blind.
Can you stay
Did we
blind?
ask if we can unblind him? I think we
No,
only talked
yeah.
about.
Nobody asked!
About
And I was frozen for most of it.
Honestly, this seems more beneficial.
And frankly, I was kind of hoping that like I would have a superpower or something from my incident, and this is exactly what I was thinking. Okay.
What if we gave Borkvard one of the medallions?
Let me test it out. Put it in my doodle.
I give him mine.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Have I
take
even
it.
come back in the room yet?
Borkvard!
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
you're gonna take.
I'm gonna put it on.
Yeah, you've come back in the room because you said to come back after 5 seconds.
Yeah,
You're gonna
just
put
5
it on.
seconds.
As soon as it hits your hand, it starts burning you, Borkvard.
Oh,
crap,
shit.
yes.
That thing's really fucking hot. What the fuck?
Okay, let's.
God,
not
you're a
use that
dick,
again.
dude.
Dude! that made my night.
The Norwegian snowboarding ability.
Dude.
I'm
Shit,
just
it's
holding
starting,
on.
like that's fucking hot. Did
Would
you put it
anybody
on a
want to
candle
go
or something?
skateboards?
Fuck.
I'm holding out my hand to Artemis.
All right, now I'm going
What
to start.
happened to like? Oh, I'll have it if no one else will. Like,
Wait.
what happened to that, man? You've touched power, and now it's encased you. Maybe you shouldn't have it back if you want it
Borkvard,
so
give me a
bad.
spot hidden.
This is a little power of the ring going on here, mate.
You just want to.
Are you
Does it-
Galadriel now?
Does it work with the symbol on my hand as well?
And I will be beautiful!
Oh! Fuck.
Oh my goodness!
Critical.
Okay, everybody take your headphones off because
Is
fuck
that-
me.
I swear to God.
Is that the first one? I've seen a lot of hundreds.
No.
No, we've had
and a lot
two
of
ones so
extremes.
far.
Oh, okay.
Borkvard. So, I've got a few things to tell you right now. With that, you actually see two shapes of outlines of people coming through the main hall. You also notice that if you look towards the shape you assume is Bobby, that where Bobby's hand should be, there is a much larger radius and it's all just black and echoing. And as you stare at it, you hear whispers, dissonance, sort of bending through the air and reality, and as you do, you find it draws you in, your focus ever sort of affixed to it. Give me a power check, please. Now give me a sanity check, sir. Oh, you're so lucky that you failed. Remember, you're meant to fail a sanity check.
That's still right in the middle.
Yeah, very close. You've only succeeded that by one point. So as you do, you kind of look at it and you find yourself being drawn into these voices, this ever dissident. As you do, they start calling your name. They keep saying Borkvard, Borkvard, Borkvard. Why? Why Borkvard? And then you just shake it off. But you notice that still ever glowing darkness is there. You also notice another figure upstairs to your right. Or what you assume is upstairs to your right. But there's now 3 figures coming in that you can see, coming into the main hall. And that's everything you see. Welcome back, everybody.
Yeah. Well done.
Okay, so you see, what you guys see is Borkvard stand up and walk towards Bobby very slowly and intently, like leaning in. Slowly.
Hello.
not paying any attention to you. And then just go, what? Why what? Why what? and then my attention just like goes up.
You okay there, Borgfart?
Why not?
Has he been possessed?
I mean, I did give him a bottle of vodka. I didn't know it was going to hit him that hard.
Just okay. I'm just putting that out there. You guys weren't just all chanting my name, right?
No.
We barely even look at you when we have the choice.
Said the invisible man.
I find that hard to believe, but moving on.
I think he's weird, but I don't mind looking at Borgfart. He's a good-looking
Somebody
fella.
else here.
Do you mean there's somebody? I'm gonna spot hidden.
I mean, there was like a deer man before, so I mean, I suppose it's not.
I mean, I have the necklace. I mean, I don't have the necklace back yet.
You don't see anyone, Byron.
Okay.
No, you don't.
Look through.
I want to do a spot hidden.
But
You do a spot hidden then.
As well, you can try. But
Okay, roll 20's been.
as
Stop this.
you do this, you hear a knock on the door. Borgfart, you see that there's 3 silhouettes of people outside the door.
I'm still looking up.
Okay. Then you don't see that. Yeah, Artemis, you don't see anything.
Well, I mean, I would have if I noticed them and then continued my.
So, why were you looking at me?
Excuse me,
Right.
if you'd all like to come out, you hear from the other side of the door.
I'm gonna walk to the door and open it.
And in front of you, you see Lady Bexley, Lord Bexley, and, of course... Why is it Clifton? There we are, thank you. My mind went...
Wild guess.
Well, I was hoping that it'd be relatively normal introductions. It's lovely to see you all, and so many new faces, but I believe there needs to be some dire conversation had.
Indeed.
I am also sorry that I couldn't have been here sooner. Clifton, make sure that you have dismissed the rest of the staff for the evening. Send them all home. No one stays on site for now. No one bar you and Chef, okay?
How loud is this dire conversation about to be?
Well, even so, if we need to continue anything tonight that you might have already discussed with my wife, I'd rather that there would be no prying eyes that don't need to know more than they need to know.
Understandable.
Quite.
Would you all join me in the main hall? I believe it would be a bit cramped to have 9 of us in the smoking room. Even though you look around, there is about 12 chairs in this smoking room.
Are we expecting more guests?
Here's the room and smoking.
Are air quotes a thing in the 20s?
You can make them a thing.
Intonation definitely is.
Yes, but with that, he doesn't really pay attention, but Theodore Bexley walks into the main hall, puts down his bags, and takes off what looks like to be a white silk scarf, hangs it on there's like a small clothes rail in the hallway, comes back in. Well, first things first, I do think some introductions are in order. Hartwell, it's lovely to see you, friend. You too, Byron. But who might the rest of you be?
Willem Compagnie. Nice to meet you.
Mr. Compagnie.
Does he not recognize me?
He doesn't. Not right away.
Fucking rude boy. Okay. I guess I'll extend a hand. Artemis Sheffield. I live just across the way.
Oh, that's right. You're the Sheffield god. Lovely to meet you, properly. Say, how is your brother?
Oh, he's doing swell. Loving his job.
Good. Next time you speak to him, tell him to give me a ring, won't you?
Do you know each other?
You could say that, yes.
He's not a part of this
I
society.
really like to think that sip was diegetic.
But as soon as he said that, his attention's gone from you, and he's turns to the other members of the group.
I'm just like,
I'm kind of like pacing using my the edge of the seats as a guide, just kind of like moving from one to the next, keeping my eyes on the upstairs.
The other two of you.
Bobby Quirk.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Quirk. Your relation of Robert Quirk, I'm guessing.
Yes.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
I hope it was a lovely service today. And you, sir, with the injuries. He's directing.
You're blind, not deaf.
I'm not paying attention.
It could also be.
My eyes are elsewhere.
That's Borgvard Gunderson. He's just had a unfortunate experience, so to speak.
How much time has passed since he told them to dismiss the staff?
Like 5 minutes.
Have we seen them leave?
You've seen some grab their bags and cases. Well, you haven't actually. The other members of the party have. That what I know you're referring to is still there.
Lord Borgvard Gunderson the Eighth.
Well, lovely to meet you, Borgvard. If there's anything I can do for you, Lord Gunderson, do let me know. What on earth is it you're looking at?
I'm gonna look at him. Like, even though I'm clearly have horrible eye injuries, I'm gonna look right at him because I can see him.
The rest of you kind of go. He kind of goes.
And you know what I do?
I didn't quite see your eyes until then. He was like.
I do the 1990s George Clooney Batman turn.
But it's just red eyes.
Where he has no control over his neck, so he has to turn his shoulders.
Yeah.
Who's upstairs?
The bat turn.
Who's upstairs?
Who's upstairs?
Which direction?
Point directly the fuck at it.
I wouldn't worry about that.
Can he see me?
Hartwell, yeah, Bexley, yeah, he can see you, Hartwell.
We're assuming he's wearing one of the symbols, like his wife, if he's part of this blooming cult.
No discernible necklace on Theodore Bexley.
What about his hands?
It's probably engraved in the back of his watch or something.
Is there anything like I saw on Who's It's on Lord Bexley?
Give me a spot hidden, please, Borgvard.
Pushing the roll.
Oh.
Jesus. Oh,
what?
God.
So that's an auto fumble. Okay. How am I gonna make this?
Wait, I can't use one luck to make that a success.
No, because you pushed it.
Because
I thought I could still.
No.
Shit.
So if you fail again on a fumble, just as a reference to everybody, it automatically becomes a 100 essentially. Gotcha. If you fail a push. So, you look further and further intently at Lord Bexley, Borgvard, and I need you.
I'm gonna be hemorrhaging the sanity today, guys. Just letting you know.
Yeah, I need you to make a sanity check.
Well,
a fail is good on sanity. A fail is good on
that's
sanity.
A good one.
Even so, you still take 1 point of sanity damage because as you do, you kind of You look at him longer and longer and longer, and you're trying to discern if there's anything peculiar about him. When you start to see the shape behind him of the outline of the antlers, and then the searing, burning pain again.
Like there was another form behind him, or it like kind of grew out of it.
Do you want the answer to that? Or yes, okay. It grew
yeah,
out.
Of course, I asked the question.
Essentially, the shape grew out of him, from what you could tell.
That's what I was looking for. How much sanity is that going to cost me?
No, nothing, because that's already rolled in. But while it could have been coming from behind him, it looked like the form just built up out of him, and then through him you saw the deer face elongate, and this shape
take kind of like an involuntary
you.
Step back, stumbling a little,
and as soon as you do that, the shape is gone again.
Narrow my eyelids.
So I'm guessing Mr. Borkvard here has been
messing with a strange remains, shall we say?
Did he?
I see you.
He turns to Lady Bexley. Douglas or Bennett? I believe it was Bennett. Okay. Mr. Borkvard, you'll be absolutely fine. Drink lots of water, and we'll see what we can do. Okay?
This to go away. That's me. That's me.
Yeah. But
I'm still concerned about the figure upstairs.
Figure upstairs? Do you mean?
No offense to you, Lord, but you told me to trust you and not worry about that. I have no reason to.
The figure upstairs is quite a friend, so do not worry there.
A friend to whom?
To me. And as long as you're a friend to me, he will remain a friend to you.
From this vantage point, can I tell which room it's in? I feel like from the smoking room, because I hadn't been in there before, it would have been hard for me to discern. From out here, can I tell which room?
Yeah, you, especially as you've tried, especially as you've tried to get to this room a number of times, you know exactly where this is.
Oh my.
Fuck. God damn it! I know it! I knew it! Alright, continue on.
Do we hear this conversation they're having about a figure upstairs?
It's right there.
Oh, yes, 100%.
Because none of us are like...
I can't see most of you guys, so I don't know where you are. I'm kind of like...
The only person you can't see the outline of now is Artemis.
It's just me, thanks. Fuck you all, okay.
Wait, why
what
not
figure?
her?
Because I don't have the symbol, mate.
You never gave it back to me.
You took it back from me.
Oh, I assumed that you'd taken it back.
Okay.
Basically, whoever
Well,
didn't have the symbol is the person that can't be seen.
Right, then it's Artemis.
Can I try something?
Of course you may, Hartwell. Go for it.
Artemis, can I have your hand, please?
I'm going to look at his
I'm not
voice
sure where you
while
are.
He does this.
You know where Hartwell
Can
is,
I take your
Bolfard,
hand?
because you
I will
can
just
see
like hold my
Hartwell's
hand out,
outline.
but I'm like...
Right. I just trying to test the theory. Okay, so I take her hand. Borkvard, can you see Artemis?
Midge?
Bolfard, you cannot see Artemis. You can see her hand.
I can see a disembodied hand, which seems kind of cruel in the moment.
Okay, fair enough.
Can we still see the hand because we're wearing the symbol? Does it disappear for us?
The hand does not disappear for you.
Ah.
It doesn't appear with my hand around it.
Your hand appears in her hand.
Ooh.
Imagine everything being flipped suddenly.
There's
Right,
multiple perspectives to take into consideration.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Okay.
sort of watch Lord
I
Bex
will
and
let
say,
go of Artemis' hand because she's made it very clear she doesn't like me that much.
You've just rolled terrible on your flirting. Like, that's on you, man.
I know, and that has made it clear that you don't like me that much.
Yes, I'm going to look to.
What,
Lord,
that you've been really awkward around me a lot of
this
times.
this is all
Well,
fun
all
and
I'm saying is,
games.
if I'd have rolled better, then maybe we'd have got on better. But obviously, I rolled badly, and that has given a bad impression of me to you, and therefore you don't like me very much.
This is all rather fun and games, but I believe you guys.
Sorry, I said
Fucking
what
guys.
figure to Borgford, like, before, and then we got into a
Yeah, can we
discussion about
stop
who sees
time
who.
I'm sorry, Artemis. I didn't know you said anything to me in character. What was it?
What figure? But what figure are you talking about? Because you were talking to Lord Bexley.
Someone's upstairs.
Lord Bexley cuts in. It doesn't matter.
I highly disagree.
Look, do you want my help or not?
Why don't we have the whole kit and caboodle join us then?
He can't join us. He has to stay
not?
where he is.
Why does he? I don't believe you. I've seen him.
Oh, I highly doubt you've seen who that is. Okay,
Someone's upstairs. Someone's not privy to this conversation. There's someone still in the house. He dismissed the staff, but there's someone still here.
Yes, us.
Confusing looks between like one of the three housemen.
Wait, I saw a figure in my room last night.
And I saw a figure.
He walked across the balcony and opened the door without touching and disappeared.
There's also the moisture.
The moisture. I saw a similar figure a few days before, and it looked like he had a similar facial structure to you when I looked to Theodore.
well, that's awfully disconcerting.
That's awfully disconcerting. Of all of this, that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he's used to the other stuff. I'm getting the feeling
This is
we
new
currently do.
information.
Yes,
Who's got the lockpicks? Let's go get Who's-Its from upstairs. Get him in here.
No,
I know where he is.
We're not
Hold on,
doing that.
I need to roll some dice for a moment.
Oh my goodness.
We're gonna find out how the hell to get your sight back. And me maybe.
I am seeing more clearly than ever before. Trust me.
Yeah, he's insane. Yep, he's insane.
Yeah.
Okay, my first
like,
dice
not
rolls of the
blinking
evening,
anymore.
folks. Let's see how this goes.
I'm not blinking at all.
Oh no, Borgvard,
Yes.
you only hear the click, but the rest of you see.
Ah. This is where this is going.
The rest of you see. Lord Bexley pull a revolver
Webley?
and aim it at Borgvard and say, now, I'm not sure he's aware, but the rest of you might want to inform yourself that Lord Borgvard, as he may be, is a guest of my house, and he will do as I say.
Borgford, sit your ass down and shut up for a moment. There's a gun pointed
How about you
at
shut
your...
the hell up, sir? Because
There is
there's
a
some
gun
weird stuff
pointed
going
at
on here.
You hear a
head.
gunfire.
Do you want to die?
All of you are taken back at gunfires.
A gun fucking fires? Okay, I'm sorry. Are we not all deaf at this moment?
Is it the gun?
Yes.
There is
Mop.
basically,
Mop.
Lord Bexley, Borgvard, you don't hear anything now because he has shot past your head.
Now I am one hand. I'm like a CK2 character all over.
and Lord Bexley then kind of, you see him quickly almost throws the wrong word, but he puts down his gun really rapidly and stand back and sort of go over to one of the windows. And Lady Bexley goes over to him.
Oh.
Okay, there's someone that knows what
down.
they're doing.
Hey, no. Shut up for a second. I found out what I want to find out. I got a lot of information out of that interaction. I found out what I wanted to find out.
Okay. But we are clueless, and you're just behaving badly right now for us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so and for this entire time, from my point of view, you guys have all been fucking insane. So get on the trolley.
He's got a point. There is multiple perspectives to look at this here.
He does.
And you guys don't hear. Well, actually, give me a listen check.
Okay.
Are you sure? I think I might pass on that one.
Yeah, no, Borgvard, not you. I mean, those of you that are kind of more in a viewing point of this scenario. I'm looking.
Wow.
I'm looking for a hard. And Artemis got it. So Artemis, you do hear the rest of the conversation, but I'll define so. You hear.
I'm sorry. When it's only me that hears things, no one has to take off their earphones. But whenever I don't know something, suddenly everyone's got
because you're getting like one extra sentence, okay? You just,
I've been in like 10 minutes of this game. Can I have just this?
So you hear Lord Bexley say almost to himself, "Why are they here?" And then say to him, "No, it's okay." And then Lady Bexley comes over and says, and also says sort of similar condoling words. And then what the rest of you hear is, you can take a breath for a moment and then go. So, like I said, do you want my help or not?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Without the guns, preferably.
You know I want your help.
I have a shit-eating grin on my face.
I'm just going to say, sorry about Lord Gunderson, and I'm going to put my left hand on his shoulder.
On whose which left hand on
Borgvard,
who?
left hand on Borgvard's shoulder.
Borgvard. As Bobby puts his left hand on your shoulder, you can see again.
Oh no. Can I still? I look up to the room.
You don't see any outlines.
You bastard! Now I'm gonna look distraught and I'm gonna sit down.
As you sit down, your vision goes again.
Bobby, put your hand back on his shoulder.
You don't know what I'm thinking.
I'm going to put my hand on the top of his head instead because he sat down.
As his hand returns to your body, Borgvard, your vision turns to normal again.
Do my eyes just like go whoop, whoop, whoop?
It's kind of a slower fade, but essentially yes.
Bobby,
What do we see?
duct tape your hand to Borgvard. It makes him go calm.
So the rest of you, well, if you want to try and notice this, it'll be an easy spot hidden, but like the more that it's happening, it's less. Like,
Can we see his eyes change?
Essentially, they clear.
Oh.
Yeah, they clear
I
up
feel
and
that.
they go fade. It's quite easy to see, to be fair, now that it's been done multiple times. But as Bobby touches him, the eyes come clear and and reclosing, and
Just start slap his hand away.
And then, but Theodore is just staring at Mr. Quirk now, kind of with a smirk, like, huh. You've been granted a gift, sir.
Yes. And, well, friend,
Interesting.
I suppose. Yes.
Bennett Maxwell, if you were looking for a name.
Yeah. The Dr. Maxwell.
Yeah.
Well, it seems Maxwell likes at least one person in this room.
He doesn't necessarily hate us, but...
I apologise a lot.
I beg to differ, Mr. Compagnie. And he looks again at
Oh
Borgvard.
boy.
Understandable.
That might take a while to resolve, but I'll work on it.
I'm saying under my breath, I've been granted a gift.
He quite literally lost his head about it.
Well, Clifton, would you make sure that, one, my firearm is returned to where it's meant to be, and two, would you possibly go into my room and go to my side cabinet? I believe we had another necklace. I believe one of the group is without currently. It would help if we could all see clearly, so to speak. For now, Quirk,
Two,
isn't
I guess.
it, Bobby?
By the way.
Yep.
Would you, for now, hold hands with Miss Sheffield?
Can. Or if she's uncomfortable holding hands, I can... I don't know, I just put my hand out.
She needs...
We're in, like, an area with, like, sofas and shit, no?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll just, like, sit next to him.
We're in the main hall. Okay, so as you grab his left hand...
this is the 20th, man. We're basically married now, but carry on.
As you hold his left hand with the symbol and the burns, you can now see Hartwell.
Again.
Again.
Yes.
Yeah, but you see all of him. Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone can see you now, Hartwell.
You see too much. Oh no.
You look like hell.
Actually, this is the first thing I've agreed with that Mr. Bulgard has said.
He was fired for a gravestone.
Oh, it was you that opened the graves as well. Plank is new.
There's that too.
Something. Well, it's best we start at the beginning, perhaps.
Might we go back to the planking?
Best you should. To explain.
And I don't know. I'm going to start to explain the past few days.
Okay.
I'm assuming others chip in.
You begin to, as a group, collectively inform Theodore of the entire week, shall we say, so far.
Yeah.
Including the happening at the
what, 3 days that we've had?
Yeah.
3 days and 1 evening.
Feels like a lifetime because of so much happening, but everything...
Oh, hey!
Of course, if any of you take off the medallions, that's it, I'm disappearing again.
And while this is saying, after about 20 minutes, Clifton comes in, he gives Artemis another necklace. This one is almost like dog tag shape on a little brass sort of cutout and on a silver chain. But he gives it to you, and you can now let go of Bobby Quirk's hand and see Hartwell. So, and you inform Theodore of everything, and then you finish it. And he turns to Lady Bexley, and he goes, and Bennett mentioned the diary. Well, yes, he did. I thought it was quite peculiar, because I don't know who has it. Yes, nor do I. Don't think anybody does. Well, I didn't. I wouldn't think it was one of the Order, either. Well, if it was one of the Order, they would have made it known. I mean, I can make some phone calls, but, I doubt they'd be forthcoming anyway. Well, it seems we're in quite the predicament here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so I think whomsoever has the diary might also be your murderers. And as Hartwell says he saw 2 people, I use the plural.
Well, I saw one. I got hit in the face by the other.
Essentially. And unless that first person you saw is now another victim, I would say that there's 2 of them.
We did find a trail of them walking off further into the woods. We left a mark for it, but the trail's probably gone at least a little cold.
There should still be some flags, but yeah.
It's also very much getting dark out, so
and
I think we'd have a hard time tracking them at night.
No.
And I would prefer to heal up, so to speak.
Not to mention, there is also still a
28, 30 days. Come back.
There's also still this dog out and about, which is.
We've proven we can kill it, but it can fly.
You did say you'd injured it quite badly, though.
I've hunted
but it still
things
disappeared.
I've hunted things that have, well,
also
been
true.
quick, but not flown at such a speed and been so large. And how
Did I
do you
mention
track
it didn't
something
have
from
any
here?
wings.
I don't know. There was that time that oh, what was his name? That private in your company shot down that glider with just his rifle. So it is possible.
Did it not have
I'm
wings,
not
or
sure.
could we just not see the wings?
I mean, I got a very, very good look at it. It did not have
It didn't have wings, no.
I'm not
Does
sure
not
that
being able
glider.
to see things.
I'm not sure
But,
that glider could have knocked us off a road. Or knocked anything.
Is there
Does
any questions I can answer?
Does your order know anything about what happened 20 years ago?
I'm afraid not. We were and are investigating, but still a dead end. Now that we have this information that was not privy to us before, that Bennett has shared, I believe that some of the Order would be able to make better grounds, now that we know what we're looking for, essentially.
When
What's
was
the
last time
purpose
someone
of your
had
order?
Right.
Sorry, I missed both of those.
Go ahead, Artemis.
What's the purpose of your order?
That's a funny question in itself. Protect, I guess. Not
Protect what?
Or
Protect
whom?
from what?
people.
Okay.
Protect from what?
As my wife may have already mentioned, that the knowledge that we hold is not the most safe. So we tend to devote ourselves to one, its upkeep and its memorial. Not, I can't think of the word. It's
Memory.
It's memory. Yeah, that's the one. And
Don't need to conjugate it.
keep it learnt knowledge, but at the same time keep that knowledge away from the vast majority.
This
I can
knowledge, would it have anything to do with the stories I've heard in Java and in America?
Quite possibly. But I wouldn't say they were to do with our order. But there are many orders, and there are many beyonds, and there are many beings. So, any number of things. I assure you that this could exist anywhere on this fine earth.
What was Borgvar
Yeah.
going to say?
I want to know when the last time the diary was seen.
Last time the diary was seen was probably about 100 years ago now.
Where was it?
It was in the hands of the head of our order.
Who is
Well, you've all met him.
Deerface?
Maxwell.
Not all of us.
Huh.
Which I do have his image scarred into my mind.
Deerface or Foothoof?
Dear face.
I just look to Field and said, "You get used to it." Unfortunately,
I don't
And-
speak good English.
Is
English.
Mr. Bell part of your order or protected by your order? Because yes,
Ah, well,
because some of the villagers may well pick up pitchforks and torches.
Oh gosh, of course. They were talking about it at the wake.
Yes. So if you are protecting him, I would suggest you do so.
Stephen is but a contracted hired help. We use him nothing more than for his photographs. His
and
predicament
so you're going to throw
is
him to the
pure-
wolves because he's outlived his usefulness.
I didn't say that at all. He's an innocent in all of this. I'll make some phone calls. See if I can
Right.
get his house watched, but
My apologies for my tetchiness.
no,
It's
it's
been a
fine. This is
stressful day.
Could we not simply ask the Reverend, not Footface, that's not the right one. Maxwell. Footface is not either of them.
The
Could we not
doctor.
simply ask
Dr.
him
Maxwell.
where the diary is, if he was the last one who's known to have it? We
I'm-
literally spoke to him.
Okay, so he if he doesn't know where it is... Well, if he said that it would be in the diary, either... And...
He knows it's missing.
He knows it's missing, and he's told us that it's missing.
He knows it's missing, he's told you that it's missing, he's being elusive about it.
He doesn't know where it...
that it's missing.
One would assume, yes. But he was embarrassed that it was missing when he was alive, let alone when he was dead.
So it went missing before he died, then?
Yes.
I have a question about just like my understanding of the information that we've taken so far, because I think Lady Maxwell said that there was 12 members.
12 members that had gifts.
Right. Okay. Okay.
We only know of a few.
Okay.
There's
right.
Deer Face, Foot Hoof, Tentacle Arms, Dude Upstairs.
3 other hooded figures.
Yes.
Yeah, but we don't have. We don't. Do we get any specifics on them, or was just?
Can I ask if
That still
either the
leaves a lot
vicar
in the
or the
open.
deacon are part of this? Because the church clearly has impact on your order.
The vicar has nothing to do with our order. The deacon, however, does.
Oh.
It did seem less than forthcoming.
Well, we all have to be quite naturally. Look, I really shouldn't have even told you that, so keep it to yourself, yes?
Theodore, with all due respect,
Does he have a
if we're helping with this, we need you to trust us. Some of us.
Well, it's not just down to me, and I don't have the best sway with everyone, shall we say?
Understood.
There are certain certain ranks, there are certain levels, and I have to abide by them. Otherwise, things might happen.
Who's number 2?
The question would be, who's number 1?
No, we know who number 1.
No, we know who number 1 is. That's Bennett.
We are number 1.
He's the leader of the order.
Well, he was when he was alive.
No, he was the leader.
He referred
That's
to
the
him
thing.
as he referred to him as the leader.
Oh my god.
Current tense.
Oh my. Yeah. I heard current tense.
You specifically referred to him as the leader in the current in the.
Yeah, the way I
Present
interpreted
tense.
it was he is the leader.
Yeah.
And I didn't.
No, I meant that as he was the leader that had the book.
But there's
who's
not.
the-
He
so
is
then,
not
if
the
that's
leader.
not the case, who is the current leader?
Oh, you said the leader 100 years ago, not meaning the leader had it 100 years ago. You mean the person that was the leader 100 years ago.
Yes.
Right.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Yes.
No.
Sorry, there
who's
was
the
a.
leader in the present tense?
I can't tell you that.
Why
Okay,
not?
so what rank are you?
Oh.
I am.
On a scale of 1 to 12.
How many
It's-
members are there?
There are. That I can't tell you either. There are 4 ranks. I am rank 3. 1 being the best.
So you are 1 up from the bottom.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. So what?
I'm guessing there's initiations.
You'd be correct. But most
So-
fraternal societies have those.
Was the diary last seen in Craythorne?
All right, so who's taking the initiation right first? What are the prerequisites?
I may be halfway there.
Packed.
Wait, no.
If we're looking at this, we're basically playing CK2 here. When I hover over Order of the Red Lady, what are the list of prerequisites?
Does not have 1 arm trait.
It's not named.
Has lunatic traits.
Does not have any.
has lost sanity.
Does not have any of the traits. Maimed, 1-armed lunatic. Blind.
Must have seen shit. Well, check.
So was
It's not quite that easy.
Was the diary last seen in Craythorne?
Well, the diary
We're
was.
just glancing over the fact that we need to join this cult, man.
The diary was. It
Said
was.
over 100 years ago.
Yes, it was misplaced. Or stolen.
Lost.
About a century ago. Nobody's seen it since.
But it's clearly here in St. Craythorne, otherwise we wouldn't have the dog, we wouldn't have the dead deer.
Well, clearly, but that's beyond understanding of who
come
to.
back. Didn't
So-
staying here this whole time. I have a question. Do you have any other lesser books in the premises?
Well,
Similar books, but of.
We
related
saw
to
one,
the
didn't
order.
we?
Have you got any level 3 books?
That seems like a yeah. That was, if that's a quality 5 item, do we have a quality 3 or 4 in the house?
we have books of knowledge in the house. I believe you may have already
you bring them
seen
here?
one. What to what end?
I want to look at them. I don't want to read them. I want to look at the book.
Okay.
I have a follow-up question.
Clifton, get her book.
Smug ass look because Clifton's doing
Hang
something for
on,
me.
her book?
Her book.
Okay.
Your question, sir.
What do you know about the Blackstone Forest? Because
Blackstone
apparently our
Forest.
good friend here got clogged over the head there,
And the tracks
Following
led
people.
further into.
with tracks moving further into the Blackstone. And a Blackstone usually refers to something.
The Blackstone Forest gets its name due to a large.
Blackstone?
Well, yes, Hartwell,
Yes,
you've got the name on the head. It in
all the
the
trees.
center there
You
is
okay up there, Artemis?
there's an
I-
old area
I had predicted this.
of large bloodstones in a circlet. It's been there since Druidic times, and
There's
It's-
bloodstone on the. That's what the
it's
statue's made of, right?
correct, Miss Sheffield.
I didn't. I deliberately tried to put more Kent into my accent so
Sorry.
that you would stop picking up on me saying things in character when I'm clearly not.
Well, I'm talking in character right now, so I just assumed it was a character question.
I'm
Sorry.
trying to ask you as the DM if I'm remembering something correctly.
Yes, you are. There's a bloodstone circlet in the forest. Other than that, the forest used to go all the way up to the bogs. The town is built essentially in Blackstone Forest, and that's all about it. It's got no relevance to the order, if that's what you're asking.
No, but it might have relevance to
Now.
the other occurrences.
Possibly.
If you're saying it's a druidic circle.
Indeed. There's quite a lot of pagan stuff here for the south of England.
Quite a lot
The-
of there's quite a lot of pagan stuff everywhere if you look hard enough.
I'm very much used to it, just I'm used to a more higher concentration further northwest.
Is your order responsible for the symbols on the trees in Craythorne?
I don't know. What symbols did you see?
The Carolingian cross, the a Celtic wheel, the very
Giro.
the very sort of emblem of your house burned into a tree.
You saw the symbol
All
of
of
the
them.
Bexleys.
Yes,
In Friar's Forest.
5 trees surrounding the clearing, each with their own symbol burned in.
we couldn't find the last one. It was too high up.
Well, that's news to me.
Could this be
I
used
used.
in
I
whatever
wouldn't
spells or magics?
I wouldn't think so.
From that ivy.
There's nothing occult about our house sigil. It was given to us by the crown. It's not something that we made up.
And do you know of any occult goings on in the history of St. Craythorne or its surrounding area? A psychology check.
I mean, go for it, but he's about to.
Oh, for
openly say
God!
something.
Oh!
Burst
Oh,
the blood
no.
vessel in your brain.
I
What
mean,
the fuck is going on here?
yeah, a fumble.
A couple fumbles today.
Yeah, you get a nosebleed.
God's sake.
Um,
This suit's already ruined, but you know.
That reminds me, I'm filthy and sitting on the
Let's just say, a cult, as you put it, and St. Craythorne go hand in hand.
I had that feeling.
And this is since the 1500s.
Huh.
Early, I presume.
Or a
Say
lot
that.
longer.
How much do you know about the story of St. Craythorne?
We know that it was supposedly a desolate land until St. Craythorne himself blessed the place, created fertility.
Now, how do you think he got those powers?
Yeah, I've been wondering that
Yeah.
myself.
I think you just answered all of your own question.
Oh, good.
So it's a town
Founded by these gifts.
founded by the occult.
So does every just like backfield saint in across the Isles have some kind of connection to these magics, or
I wouldn't say
Is that-
everyone.
that I-
Some of them are just hacks who try to play off religion, you know, as
Oh,
such
good.
as...
You wouldn't
But,
happen to know.
Don't be surprised if there's some truth in whatever you read. Occult
Well,
is
if it-
just a term used for that which isn't formalized and
Understood.
secular.
The only
Understood
difference
by
between
science.
A religion and a cult is the size.
Well
You
put,
wouldn't happen
Mr.
to know what
Bourgeois.
was in the other 4 windows in the church.
I don't see how that information will help your case.
Fair enough.
That might be
It's
correct, yeah.
interesting, though.
It is.
And
Because the
like I
vicar doesn't
said,
know.
we're here to keep information hidden. I can't be telling you all our secrets now, can I?
That is fair, but I'm assuming you had part of it in removing them.
Very
I had
Well,
nothing
not
to
you
do
personally,
with... I had nothing
but-
to do with removing them.
your group might have. Just to keep secrets, which I can
Me.
understand.
They are ours, after all.
and the vast amount of money your house has been pouring into the church over the centuries?
Well, that would be my family. I am not one for putting money into the group. I'm barely happy to be a part of it. But if I don't comply, let's just say I need to comply.
So you're part of the order by family more than by personal choice.
Correct.
Has your father put you through this?
And his father before him, and his father before him, all the way back.
There was no choice.
Nope.
The order wants to keep its hold over the influential
And
members
of
of
the
the town.
It's more the fact that the Bexley family wants to keep its ties to the Order. And as the only heir, only male heir, I had to be the one.
For fuck's sake, it's one of those orders. Bloody Masons. Fuck off.
I've said fraternal order multiple times.
Yes,
Multiple.
yes. Well, I was holding out some distant
Now-
hope.
If you only have a daughter and you
Distant.
matrilineally marry her to someone who's in the order, then your children will pass on.
Oh
Sorry,
my
Tris.
god. Want everyone else join and I'll just marry someone.
I mean, aren't we
I'll join.
already married?
That's true. That's true. But we quickly join the order.
If you marry me,
Right.
you get to be a baroness. That's not
Can
very
you-
high, but it's all I got.
And live in the Nordic wastelands, yes.
Yeah, bro.
Nah, wait.
They've
Wait for a
got
duke,
moose.
at least.
And
Wait for a duke
you
at
can
least.
farm lichen up there.
Oh boy, lichen. Can't joke. Where I'm from, we farm seaweed.
I'm actually a botanist as well.
anyway,
You'll be liking where you're going then.
So Lady
God,
Bexley
that was
turns
bad.
to Theo and she goes, "Well, where should we start looking?"
Do you
And
mind me interjecting?
Has Clifton gotten
It
back
might-
up?
Clifton's been in the room for a while.
If you don't mind me interrupting, I'd quite like I'd quite like to look at the forest again in the morning. If we can find those people who attacked a forest and did whatever to him, they seem connected to this. For all we know, it could be them using it. It could be them in possession of this book to summon this hound. As I doubt we can hunt it conventionally, and also stop them. I don't know, summoning perhaps another of them, or something worse.
And stop kidnapping kids.
Was Dr. Maxwell not aware of who entered the team?
Unfortunately, no. Until the seal is broken, he is entombed. But I think Byron's right. Hartwell, do you remember anything about your attackers?
I was following. You're going to laugh, Theo, but I was following a woman.
You're right, I am going to laugh.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Reminds me of Burgundy. I got into trouble then as well. Oh, that was fun.
You got into trouble a lot.
Had to disappear for a while.
I was following this woman. She was wearing a blue cloak. She went into the tree line. I followed her. I never got closer than about, say, 100 feet. Past a tree. Next thing you know, I've got a plank in the face.
Cloaks like one we saw Maxwell wear.
All the ones the photos showed.
They're the same thing.
Ah, lovely.
Are you sure it was blue?
Yes. We're at a funeral.
That's,
Could it be that you have rogue
Interesting.
members of the order?
I originally thought it was Maddie, to be honest with you.
was a woman in the cloak, of course. That's...
I did say that, yeah.
Yes.
And,
that's
I
very
was
peculiar.
concerned because she was
chasing her.
going out the back of the church as opposed to the car. So I originally thought it was Maddie, but... Sorry, Maddie, I was wrong.
Oh, no, it's fine. They both look very concerned. They give each other kind of an eye. What about the person who hit you? Do you recognize anything about them? Could you describe them?
Yes, about 6 foot, flat, pale, felt kind of woodeny.
Lord Bexley, you said the only male heir. You wouldn't happen to have a sister?
Compagnie, no, this isn't the time.
Ha!
No.
It's alright. Yes, I do have a sister. She...
Are you in contact with her?
Yes, she lives in America.
You're 100% sure.
Typical.
I am 150% sure she lives in America.
Can't
Okay.
get above 100%. Just scientists think.
Just scientist
Percentages.
things.
How many stones worth of percents is that?
I'm just checking every avenue here.
Well,
Because
if it was a woman in this cloak, it's definitely not a member of the Order. As you may not have...
Artemis rolls her eyes.
I mean,
So do
suppose
I.
it's in the
I'm sorry, Miss
fraternal
Sheffield,
order.
that's just the way it is.
Things will never be.
So, I'm understanding Lady Bexley knows, but she's not part of the Order.
All connected ladies of the Order, should we say, are vetted and known to the Order, and they only know so much. And they know they
They're on
only
the
know so
council, but
much.
they're not granted the rank of master.
I mean, understandable,
I mean,
You say
they're
vetted,
invited to the
but-
parties, and
Familiar story.
they're privy to certain information, certain secrets, but there's stuff that's only for members of the Order,
Okay.
such as I'm sharing with you.
Understandable.
I'm within. You have to understand, I'm working in very much a grey area here. And if I say too much, I could put not only all of you at risk, but myself. So
I understand.
There's already been a number of injuries on our side.
Hmm.
and you haven't even
I'm
come
just
face.
trying to figure out where this is all going. Because that is my shtick.
And if we,
I believe
we
you're
do
going to have to do
find
some
them-
more searching.
and if we do find those peoples with the possession of the diary, and we find they have been doing this, I assume normal law enforcement isn't who we turn them to. If we turn them to anyone at all,
Well, if they turn out to be the kidnappers and murderers, of course, take them over to to law enforcement. But make sure the law enforcement do not get that diary.
understood.
Actually, there's one in law enforcement. Well, there's two in law enforcement that you can trust.
Who?
It wouldn't happen to be the inspector, would it?
It
Constable
would.
George.
It would happen to be Inspector Miller, Inspector, and
He seems
Who is
slightly
the
more
other-
cottoned on than the others.
and
Is it Sergeant
there.
Smith?
No, it's not Sergeant Smith.
Oh.
I was thinking the burly one, and you're muted, Para.
Is it George? I got very excited about the apples.
No, Trevor Stims.
That was my next
Yeah.
that was my next question, because he's
Yep.
nephew to James Stims, who I'm assuming is probably maybe something to do with the Order because of
At one point in time, when he
he
was
was
still
part
alive.
of the other investigation. Anyway, it
I
doesn't
mean,
matter. I'm going to write that down.
You can ask.
And so should we? Should we tell the inspector that we need this diary and that the rest of the police should not have it? Would he understand, or
I'm sure if
we were persuasive enough? But
if the diary did fall into the hands of the police, I'm sure it would find its way to us. Shall we say?
Okay.
It ain't finding its way anywhere but my hands.
Query. The symbol we've now gotten, is that the same symbol we saw on the tombs? Do I need to do an intelligence
No.
check for that?
No, you know what the symbol you couldn't work out was.
So it was the same symbol.
No. You were told by Borgvar what that was.
What?
No, we haven't.
come
Yes,
again?
Yes,
The
you
the
did.
symbol of the red lady.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the symbol of the red lady.
I rolled
Oh.
an extreme on that. That's how we got the information.
Do you remember? Because you worked out that there was a cup on it, and then like a shrouded
Oh,
figure,
right.
and then
Oh.
and then
Right,
Borgvar
that
said it
was
was
on
the
the
symbol of the
tomb.
red lady, which is the symbol of this order that you're currently conversing with, essentially.
Right. check.
I don't remember that,
Right.
but I did have tonsillitis at the time, so you know.
No, it's also. I was thinking that
There'll
was
be a
the
reason
symbol
for
I
that.
saw in the church. On the tomb inside the mausoleum.
Oh no, the symbol. Okay, sorry, that's what you mean. On the
Yeah.
tops of the mausoleum is the one that's around your neck. Yes.
Yes. Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
Yes. Sorry.
Wait.
I got
Okay.
where you said in the church.
No, I
didn't
said
thought you
in
think-
the
yeah.
tomb.
I didn't hear tomb. I heard church. Sorry, that's my bad.
Oh, now I'm even more
Right.
confused. Okay.
Right. All right.
Wait.
On the sarcophagi, when they lit up,
That
those
was
symbols.
that was the elder sign. The
So
symbol
where
of-
was the symbol of the red lady?
on the
In the
four,
church, on one of the flagstones.
No, on the four tombs on the floor.
Oh yeah, the four tombs. Yeah,
That's
okay,
where I
go-
was. That's where the
Okay.
confusion was.
Gotcha.
Multiple tombs here with multiple things on.
Yep.
so many damn rocks and stuff with symbols on.
A graveyard with multiple tombs.
Funny that a Masonic order with carvings in stone.
Well, this sounds awfully familiar.
It's just, it just kind of sums up what they are.
Right.
I have a question about the church. Is my understanding correct that there are catacombs under the church?
Yes, there are.
Are they of any particular significance to your order?
Somewhat. There are a number of.
Catacombs? here in rural England? Is it?
Yeah.
Is the church built on top of something else?
It's on a massive
yeah,
hill.
quite often.
Remember?
Well, I know it's on a hill,
But,
there's a lesser
So
thing
in
with
the okay, the catacombs have a number of members of the order, and members of the order buried in there. But they also have people that were privy from the town and from the time, and people that were buried before then. The catacombs go quite deep, and I believe there's also some foundations to some of the original parts of the original church there.
I'm gonna whip out my map. My
It's
blueprints.
built on an ancient Indian burial ground, but that's only the thing that happens here.
Well, ancient Celtic burial ground.
Are you gonna?
Yeah.
There you go.
Are you gonna an ancient druidic burial ground?
Ancient Welsh. Ancient Welsh.
With their big,
The English just would have
with
plowed
their
that
big
into the
bushy
ocean.
weird beards and their wold faces.
Why have you? There's still like that in North Wales if you go there these days.
Okay.
Take it on,
Artemis,
turn
are
it, it's the
you
wall
just
and coming
pulling
at
this
ya.
map out and putting it on the table in front, or a table?
No, I'm looking at it myself. I suppose Bobby can see because he's next to me, but
Okay, I need to roll.
I'm also
Oh.
taking interest in this, but like piece of paper she just pulled out of nowhere and is now looking at intently.
Yeah.
Can I look at those books?
Now, where on earth did you get that?
Uh-huh.
Is that what you
Right
got
on.
while I was providing that distraction for the?
you don't know this, mate, because you were too busy. Okay, I was doing this searching while you had
Okay.
left the room.
Oh, look, shit,
okay?
he's about to disappear now.
Well, someone said give me a cunting distraction, so you know.
What?
Right.
No. What do you remember? What happened?
What?
You
I don't
searched
know.
for the key, got the key, and then fucked off. I stayed behind to look for this thing.
And
Thank you
grab-
very
this
much.
is irrelevant. Just go on.
The question stands now. Where on earth did you get that?
And Craythorne?
Just something that we picked up along the way.
Okay.
Theodore puts out his hand. May I have a look?
I don't trust this geezer.
Remember, be friendly.
Try and commit it all to memory before you hand it.
Yeah, can I actually have looked at
We're
it
under no
before I
obligation to
make
be
this
friendly to these
decision?
people.
You've not told me what I've seen when I open it up properly.
Okay.
Can I have a handout?
I don't.
No, you said that. You said you had.
I've already told you.
I just want to know what I'm seeing. I'm
I
like
will give
throwing
me
it away again.
Give me an intelligence roll, and I'll see how much you can see before you give it away.
I didn't say I was gonna give it away, mate. I want to look at it.
Okay, before
do
it's
the
taken
same.
away, then.
I'm looking at it.
So
Okay,
rude.
so what you see is a number of rooms. None of them are labeled. There is just rooms and pathways and doors marked on the map. And you get the impression that this is underneath the church, and you see that there's a number of entrances into this area, one of which is below the altar in the main church. There is also one in the mausoleum in which which Hartwell was kept in. And there is also a number throughout town.
So one at the bottom of Church Street.
Oh, okay. So there's catacombs under everything.
It's not under all of the town, but up to about the line of Church Street.
Wait. Let me get my map. Like the whole, like all the way down.
Now give
You
me
said around the. Oh,
give me a strength roll.
no, that's like my least thing.
Just roll high,
Come on,
like I've been doing.
Aha!
I succeeded!
So, because you're resisting him taking this map...
No... Look, hang on. I've not said anything. I've neither confirmed nor denied my holding on to this map. You're making all of these decisions.
Everything that I've asked you to, sort of, in the nudging of it, you've
said I wanted to look at the map, and you've only just described the map to me.
And then I asked, are you going to give it to him? And you said no. So I went with this option.
I don't remember saying directly no.
Directly.
You did say I'm not giving it to him though.
Yet I want to look at it.
Well, he wanted it now.
For fuck's sake, does it rip?
This guy's a little ornery. I already proved that.
Yeah, this man did just try to fire a gun at someone.
Exactly. That's why I don't trust him.
Near someone.
And you resist it for a moment while he's grabbing it. Are you gonna keep a hold of it? And he's just intently staring at you while holding it.
Okay, do I feel like can I feel the tension of the paper?
Yes.
Twist your arm so that it tears, so you get the part with the half that we don't know yet. So when it tears, you get that half.
No, I'm gonna like frown at him in confusion, and I'll let go. But okay. I'll be like, I think you already know what this is.
I know exactly what it is. I'm just seeing how much is on here. Yeah, you're missing a few things. Hold on, I'll get mine. And he goes... I
still feel vilified for not trusting the fella. He did draw a gun on Borgvard.
And he goes upstairs for a moment.
Not the first time.
So I think he's possessed, but carry on.
So, Borgvard, Clifton has got the book that he's brought to you.
I would simply like to look at them. I don't want to touch them, I just want to see them.
Okay. You don't see this book.
So I can see him standing there.
Yeah. And then, essentially,
like
you see him holding something, but you can only tell that there's something there because of the shape of his hands. There's nothing actually visible there.
Got it.
Not with this book while it's closed.
Second question. When he walked away and when he walked back, do I see, like, a glimmering trail of where he was?
No, you do not. You do not see footprints or anything.
Do we see anything special about Theodore Baxley at all?
Well, he's left the room, but you can give me a spot hidden, I guess, on Theodore Baxley.
While he's walking away.
For most people, I'm looking for a hard, but those who know him, I'm looking for just a success.
Yeah.
What are we looking at? A spot hidden?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what if I got an extreme and knew him?
Okay.
Those who know him well.
Byron, I'm not going to make people take their headphones off, but he's a lot paler than you remember him, and he seems to be a bit shaky. He's got very tired eyes, more so than he used to, which is saying a lot considering what you all went through.
Yeah.
And he looks very much drained.
Look at Lady Bexley. What has been a Theodore doing recently? He looks worse than he did during the war. We weren't exactly in a calm spot of Belgium.
Well, after everything's just kind of taken its toll on him, and he's been working himself to the bone.
And this emergency business in London, I assume, wasn't to do with...
It was to do with some of his art.
You mentioned that was getting more esoteric. Back when we met, when I first came out to St. Craythorne. What does that mean?
Well, now you're privy to some more information. I'll let him explain it, but I would ask him about it.
Right. Thank you.
Borgvard, do you want to do anything else on your exploring of the book? Because Clifton is holding it in front of you.
Yes.
What would you like to do to try and investigate it?
Lord Bexley is gone.
Lord Bexley is gone currently.
Clifton, would you kindly open up the tome?
Yes, I would. And he opens the tome, and Borgvard, I need you to make a sanity check.
This is the third day?
Yeah, third of the day.
Third of the day. Oh no! Oh no! So, Borgvard. Oh, is this going to be another? This is going to be another earphones off moment because this is privy to information that you've already had. I'm guessing. Yeah. So everybody, please.
I've been in 30 minutes this game. I can live with that.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, but oh dear, Borgvard.
I don't get a lot of extremes.
You do not get a lot of extremes, and this is not an extreme you wanted to get. How far are you of going insane?
Hang on a sec. Let me get. You start at your power level, yes?
Yes.
And was it 1/5 of your total?
Yeah.
So that is. I'm not there yet. I got 6 points before I hit a 5th.
6?
6 points before I hit a 5th.
Oh, sir. You are temporarily insane. You are having a bout of madness right now.
How many did I take? I want to make sure it's marked down.
6 exactly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? Dear. Exactly 6?
So, Borgvard, what you see for now, this is all I'm going to tell you because I'm going to have to sit and work on this because some things are going to happen. And it depends on what the party are going to do as well. So, what you hear is the same whispers of why and Borgvard and why and why, and you feel your face almost being sucked into the book, and this blackness that you see consumes you, and it's just, and it feels like you're going in. You and as soon as you pierce the veil, that's the last thing you remember, and we're gonna go back. Okay.
There
we are, just getting Kazoo back on.
Yeah.
So, what you all see is Borgvard, as the book opens, sort of looking at it, which is weird considering he can't see. And then he gets just sort of physically drawn in. And before you have time to react, he's bolted out the room. He's gone.
God, I get up and start running after him.
Okay.
Which way did I run?
You ran out of the front door.
Outside.
All right, chase scene, let's go.
Am I still wearing clothes?
Yes, currently.
Okay.
But
not naked yet.
But Borgvard, you have no control of yourself right now.
Oh God,
Byron.
is there 10%? Right, I'm running after him.
Okay, Byron keeps
do you need a hand?
Byron,
gone.
you know Borgvard is slower than you normally. You're a very fit person, but currently he is keeping pace, if not running faster than you. There was
I wouldn't be able to keep up with that.
It would be just like, oh God,
Screaming
oh God.
obscenities in Norwegian.
No, he is completely silent. He's completely silent, head down, sprinting.
Right, I'm going after him.
Okay,
Is there anything about the book we can see, or is Clifton close?
Clifton is just like looking very confused, like, I have not known for that effect to happen. So, Byron, I'm gonna need you to make some rolls here in order to try and catch Borgvard.
Okay.
A chase.
This is. Hold on, I need to change the music a little bit.
I'm scuttling away.
Is Willem's motorcycle outside, Benny?
It's probably in the garage.
Okay, so
he can drive.
Is it while this is
it's
happening?
nighttime now. Yeah, it is nighttime now.
Just assuming it was.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Well, I'll try, but you know.
Okay, so I need you to make strength roll. I need you to make 2 strength rolls and a constitution roll.
Is this opposed?
No. Well,
Okay.
not with you controlling it anyway.
Oh.
Okay, that's looking good.
Not great.
Ah.
On.
Oh
Oh,
my
yay.
goodness! Right, okay.
My bad
Let
luck
me
is
a
just
moment.
what come against.
So,
A lot of extremes.
God.
you're,
All that weight he lost from
okay.
malaria has been real useful right now.
This is that's some. I'm not saying that's not.
Always look on the bright side of tractable disease.
Where's my kazoo? God damn it.
No,
Oh, it's
no,
up there.
kazoo, no. Okay,
No, kazoo.
so
Right, I'll
kazoo. Byron. What you see? You see Borkvard, in his finery, making some serious sprints here. He is like man determined, and he just sprints down the main driveway away from the house, and you give chase, and you start going, and you're amazed. You've barely seen anyone move this fast. Only the fittest men under hell and gunfire have you seen move this fast. You moved slower than this, trying to trudge across fields, being shot at. He is like a man possessed, and you continue down the road, and you can't catch up. And he takes a left out of at the end of the driveway, basically running away from the town, and you follow him down the road, and he's going down. It's dark, it's the country roads for a while, but you keep an eye on him. You're keeping pace, and you're keeping up. And although, you feel like that you would start tiring, but your adrenaline kicks in, and you keep going, and then Borkvard you're sprinting, you're almost caught up to him, and as you're almost caught up to him, Borkvard just takes a dart right straight through a hedge into a field.
It's like a deer.
Oh, for God's sake! I just try and jump straight through. Not straight through, jump through the whole reason.
I'm gonna need more checks here now. Okay, I'm
Wait,
gonna need a spot hidden. I'm gonna want a climb or a jump to try and get through the hedge, and I'm gonna need another strength roll.
Nah, spot hidden. I probably lost him then.
Make the other rolls just in case.
Okay, and I'll make a strength and a jump.
Yes, please.
Jump, dash, climb.
Or climb, whatever one's better for you.
Okay, jump.
Nice.
Successfully and strength. Oh.
Okay, you jump through the hedge and you make some gains, but then you look up and this field is just thick. It's just you can't see anything, and he's gone.
I'd almost do a listen roll as well, just in case.
No, my listen isn't the best.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I'll try it anyway.
Whatnot.
But you've lost
There's a
him.
chance.
Presumably there's not a trail of broken
No,
ground.
that's why I didn't.
It's not so much him.
Trail of broken Norwegian.
It's not so much him I'm worried about, right? But it's just me.
I assume I again can't hear anything other than crickets.
Did you give a roll?
Yeah, I thought you said I'd already lost him, but okay, I'll give it a go.
You've lost him, but you can give a listen.
Oh.
Okay,
It's a
that's on
thorn
me.
in your eardrum.
Hold on. I can do whatever I want with fumbles. It's not necessarily pain.
Right, so where's that dog thing at?
Physical pain. He means it's emotional too.
Byron,
You think about your high school sweetheart.
you hear a howling.
She's dead.
I get my revolver out of my pocket.
Oh no.
Are you staying where you are, or are you bolting?
I'm not right. Where's the nearest high ground from me that I can see?
Bexley Hall.
God's sake! Right, yeah, I'm getting over the hedge again.
Okay.
I can't find. There's no way I'm finding Borkvard now, and
Yep.
I'm slowly just walking through. I'm going through the hedges, as I'm known to, or because I'm experienced in, and slowly, carefully, eyes out, ready to shoot
Give me a
something. That comes up.
survival check.
Survive? Okay. Oh no, that's base. Oh fuck. I haven't got a survival roll. That's 10% base, I think.
Well, then you're rolling against the 10% base.
Well,
Or stealth.
So-
Give me stealth. That would.
Oh, I can do stealth. Oh, I can do stealth. I can do stealth better. I can't do stealth.
Okay, you get through the hedge, but climbing through the hedge, you make a lot more noise than you were hoping to at this point. What are you doing about it? Are you just going? Or are you gonna try and hide again?
I'm probably gonna see the to make that roll.
You really balanced out those extremes there towards the end.
Yeah, my luck, to put it bluntly, is a
So
prick.
essentially,
Go for
what I'm
Right,
asking is, are you
gonna-
wanting to run away, Or do you want to try and push your stealth roll?
Pushing is going to go badly for me. I'm just going to realize I'm going to be making a lot of noise. I'm going to just violently push through the hedge and with like, gun out.
Give me one more strength and one more con.
Bad.
Yeah, you're fine.
Ooh.
You make it. You are running with all the adrenaline and all the anxious nook. I've reading nook on the screen. All the anxiety, and you make it back to. And you make it back to Bexley Hall, out of breath, at the main door, and you look back at yourself. Look back down the pathway, and you just see a shape go running past.
I just fire. I've got my gun out. I'm nervous for it. I just fire vaguely at it.
The whole.
Okay.
Everything.
Give.
Well, I had a gun ready. I had a gun ready.
Roll an attack.
Yeah.
Oh.
You fire into the darkness.
Yeah.
Do we hear that gunshot?
Everyone inside, you have just heard a gunshot.
Right, I'm heading out to the front door because that was
So is Lord
close.
Bexley, and
As they're out.
And I will pull out my gun as well.
And you will notice Clifton go to a cupboard under the stairs and then return in a moment with a Lewis gun.
Right.
What?
You got a license for that?
I'm not
He's got
gonna
a
go
Lewis
out.
Shut the fuck up, Atla.
And
Right.
he's carrying it? Wow!
Why don't you bring a
Don't
howitzer?
forget,
It's
Clifton
much
knows.
easier.
I am back on board the Clifton bandwagon. That guy is awesome.
I just heard I couldn't find Borkfront. I just heard the hound. I just saw it go past, get in the damn car, and I'm piling into my
You're going in the car. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
You're
in
damn
the
right.
passenger seat.
Right, wait for me. I'll get in.
Is it not better to stay here at defendable ground?
Probably. But where do you go
probably.
to adventure? Do you leave it back in, I don't know, Belgium?
I mean, defendable ground is what we were good at for 4 years.
This thing's already wrecked one car.
Yeah.
Revenge.
Okay, are you
Revenge
guys?
for your
Get
wheel.
out.
Are you guys getting in the car?
We've done nothing for the entire 4 hours. I want to shoot someone.
This really escalated.
Let's go.
I'm not, because
Let's
I
go.
don't think
Potentially only
that
10
I'm going to
minutes.
be going off on a
Okay.
gunfight.
Who
Let's
is
go.
remaining at Bexley Hall and who is going?
I don't have a gun, so
I'm
There
going.
are definitely guns
Well, you
here.
stay with your wife then.
okay.
We're going
I'm
hunting.
happy with that.
I need someone to stay and look after me, damn it.
We'll
Lads are going
Maddie's
out hunting.
Maddie will
We'll-
be there.
Going hunting.
we'll read some books.
Right, who?
Yeah, we'll do some research.
Can I
Off you
give you
go.
that, Lewis?
Borgvard, are you staying or going?
Yeah.
But let's run away.
Borgford is running.
Borkfront is definitely
Oh
going.
shit, yeah! My bad.
Sorry, mate, it's kind of up to you, isn't it?
For a second there, I was like, wait, what
Yeah,
happened?
Borgford is coming back. Oh, we checked.
My bad, sorry.
Oh, Midge, is he staying or going?
Don't worry. We'll find out.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, if you're going, I will come with you. Just give me a moment, okay? Okay, Clifton, you stay here, set up. Set
up.
Yes, Maddie, you know what I said about the sigils. Start that. Gentlemen, let's get ready. And then, those of you who are going, let me know. Again, just... Okay. Those of you who are going, you notice that Lord Bexley goes to that same cupboard under the stairs and comes back with a number of bandoliers
Oh dear.
and about 5 Enfields.
Nice.
Oh.
Gimme.
I'm better with a revolver myself, but I'll drive.
I don't know what
Cool,
I
John.
mean.
I'll stick with my
It's a
my
rifle.
pistol.
He
as
came
well.
back with
Give me
a
an Enfield.
scraps of basically ammunition
gives
and
you-
a big rifle.
Gives you an SMLE Mark 4 and a bandolier.
And I take my arm out of my sling and go, oh.
You note as well is what you also notice is Clifton has gone kind of to the staircase, and he's pulled like some carts together, and he's got the Lewis gun on a tripod aimed at the front door.
Don't tell me he's going to do like Nordberg out of Lethal Weapon, make police squad or whatever, and starts going.
Yeah, with I know exactly what you're meaning. But so he's there, he's also got a Brody helmet on now. He's gone and got his helmet.
Just real quick aside, how old is Clifton?
Clifton is in his 40s, like physically looking. Okay,
so he is plenty old enough to have served the entire fucking war.
Indeed,
yes.
And those of you that
I've been looking for his next one ever since.
those of you that know the Bexleys know that, or who know a little bit about lordship as well. Quite often, lords, if they went to war, took their aides with them. Shall we say?
Because somebody had to serve him tea.
Did I ever meet a Clifton?
Yeah, probably.
Did he always carry a trench gun around?
You never saw him with a weapon.
Okay.
Because whenever you saw him, it would be like doing paperwork and stuff. Okay. But anyway, so yes, those who are going and want to take a rifle say aye. There's enough.
Aye.
I'm gonna stick with my handgun.
Okay.
Same.
Bobby, are you coming with?
No, I'm staying.
Okay.
He's
would you like
his wife?
Would you like a rifle anyway?
For
For protecting the house?
I'm not very good, but I mean, if there's one on offer, I'll try.
Okay. And
what are the damage modifiers for this?
they're in the book, I believe.
Hang on, I'll find them for you.
Yeah.
This one, give me a
The one
second.
that you have the PDF for when we created the characters, I believe.
It's pinned in chat.
It's pinned in the chat,
Yeah.
but
if
you find them,
where is it?
is
Where
what?
is it?
Okay, is another thing that he hands to you, then, Willem, if you want to take them, is a number of hand grenades.
That requires strength, right?
It's a throw roll. It's its own skill.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Give me. I'll have them.
Yeah, I'll take them.
Bring my car.
Okay.
Give me.
Well,
I'll take a couple
the
of hand
thing is,
grenades.
it's kind of, if you've got a rifle, you wouldn't normally have a hand grenade, is the thing. Because
Okay.
I'll take some.
Car.
Okay. But he's only got 3, so share them
I'll
out
take
between
A.
yourselves.
I'll take one.
Okay,
one.
so share them out
Unrivaled.
between. So right, we can have one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I have the damage one.
Lady Bexley comes back, Artemis, and she comes out and gives you a gun. She gives you a
Daring gun?
no 911.
Oh, a 45 automatic.
Yes, a Colt.
A gun.
It's a M1 911.
Yeah.
It's basically
You get a gun.
this one's quite
M-
simple.
M1911.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
a pistol. This one's
Oh!
so
Yeah, it's 1d10.
quite
plus
easy.
I've never heard someone that excited to see people before.
It's quite easy. You just pull the trigger and aim at a person, and normally they go down. So, and
With
you
the holy end.
you notice that this one's quite nice, and it's got a little bit of a customized grip on it.
That's why I said all, because I thought
Does it say
looking
Madison
at
in
it.
filigree?
It has
Oh
an
my
M
God.
on it in filigree.
Oh, fuck, I was kidding.
On white ivory hand grips.
Oh shit, son. Yeah, I know. I can visualize this perfectly.
And
Yes.
it's shiny silver as well. This is more of a showpiece, but it fires.
I think I have this gun in GTA 5.
Can I take a practice
Hey, of course you can.
aim?
Are you going to fire it in the house?
I'm
I mean, guns are fired in this house a lot,
aiming.
apparently. But
Okay.
How many holes are in the ceiling
Yeah,
of
like
this room?
now that we're looking for them.
you see a number of bullet holes. But okay. And then you see Maddie grab the book that was shown to Borgvard and start going over to windows and doors and starts doing some stuff and speaking in a language that you don't quite understand. And then Lord Bexley takes off his jacket, rolls up his sleeves, and goes, "Right, are we going then?"
Yep, let's go hunting.
We've
And I
been
just-
waiting for you.
I'm just getting into the car, just getting ready to go.
Now, just out of
And-
curiosity, you guys specifically hunting for what you think is the beast, or are you looking for me still?
Well, you know.
Oh, a bit of both.
Little column A, little column B.
Yeah.
If we find you, these will all be useful.
There you go. Okay, sorry.
Yep, that's still true.
Rival, I'll send you the damage for the rifle.
And
Just put it into Discord. I'll take it from there.
And Lord Bexley turns to Clifton and says, Clifton, if anything comes through that door and it doesn't knock the way I knock, you know what to do. And also, hold on, I need to get...
Better not be getting late night post then, innit?
One pony's gonna have a very bad day.
The milkman's about to have a... Cool. Give Bernard a ring.
Took a few out of that.
Get him to get a group together. People who he can trust. Tell us, and tell him to do exactly what I'm doing, and you know what I'm doing. All right, gentlemen, let's go. And with that, we will end it here for this week.
Damn it!
Fucking knew it.
No.
Right.
So you got those damage figures, buddy.
As
yeah,
well,
I've sent them to your Discord.
I believe we are not.
Oh yeah, have you?
We're not playing next week either.
No, we're not.
Right. So I don't suppose anyone needs to be away the next hour.
I mean, you can keep going a little bit, but there's a lot of things unfolding that I kind of would like to prep for.
That's fair.
For example, I would like to prep what Borgvard is doing, and I would like to prep stuff that you might encounter.
Oh fuck! I'm not be able to make next session then. I'll steal a laptop.
So the next time we are playing,
No, not the 12th, right?
Yeah, but I have to go back.
Oh yeah.
The next time we are playing will be the
12th when I'm back in Wales. Without my PC.
Hold on. Yeah, it will be the 12th, which is the... Because, hold on, I need to... My calendar's being weird. So, yeah, next...
We can't play... Week after that, will be after that.
So, and then... So, yes, it will be the 12th, and then the 19th, I will be in Germany.
Yep.
Oh, of course you will. Yes.
Yep.
So it will be another 2 weeks after next week. Should the case not close?
We can't play the 26th either.
No, we can't.
So
if it doesn't get finished on the 12th, if we don't get to a point on the 12th, it will be the 2nd before we play again.
Okay.
Of November.
Christ.
So we might in the coming weeks have to talk about an extra session or two then, if
Yeah.
that's going to be the case.
I will find a time we'll make it.
So
Yeah.
I will be talking to you all about that. But thank you for everybody who's been watching tonight on either things. And yes, it's been a good blast. I think a lot was discovered about the case this time. And yes, so we will see you in 2 weeks' time, unless you hear differently on various Discords or announcements. So thank you all, and thank you to all these guys for joining me. Let's do the shout-outs this time, and first of all on the shout-out, I'm going to give it to Kazoo, because he didn't get one last time, because I was an idiot. So Kazoo, you can find him on Twitch at KazooRaptor. He does stream again. He does a lot of painful games like Dark Souls. I don't know why.
I danced it out. I had some cute Lego Forza action.
Oh, okay.
Because you like
But
torturing us.
yeah, he's a masochist, so he plays games.
I partially resent this.
The next person I'm going to be shouting out is Rival, who is Mr. Lord Forrest Hartwell, who is currently 5 subscribers away from 1K. And that 1K is a big margin on YouTube these days. So if you haven't already, please go sub to him on YouTube. You can find him at youtube.com/RivalZone Gaming, or just search Rival Zone Gaming in Google and he will be the one that comes up. Next up, obviously, Benjamin Magnus Games, our crazy Borgvard man who has since run off into the darkness. You can catch him at Benjamin Magnus Games on YouTube, Benjamin Magnus 2 on YouTube, and twitch.tv/Benjamin Magnus.
You can only catch him if you're fast enough.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
And then we've also got Mr. Voost. You can find him at Mr. Voost. And yeah, you can search that. And he's pretty much the only one that comes up if you put up with that. And then finally, we've got Parachameleon. You can find her on twitch.tv/Parachameleon. Her link has probably appeared in my chat, and so has Muzz's a number of times today. So just go give them a follow. I've been Midgeman, and I will see you next time. Goodbye, all.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.